We in here. We in here.
Are we? I just see schedule.
Nah, it says we in.
We live?
Yep.
You are now tuned into the Boxing Bros. I'm Caden, and I'm here with my co-host.
What's going on, everybody? It's the Commissioner, a.k.a. Trill Dollar Bill. You can't see me, but when you see me, it's going to be worth the wait.
Are you sure we on, G? Because now it just went live.
Yo, this is crazy. My thing on my
It just went live, I'm telling you. Because
yeah, I know. It says we've been live for 35 seconds over here, though. Yo, we should just start all over. You know what I mean? My bad.
What is going on?
My fault. You know what I mean? Blame you too.
I don't think it's you, though.
We're already here, yo. Let's just.
Yeah, nah.
Right.
We good.
You are now tuned into the Boxing Bros. I'm Caden. I'm here with my co-host.
Co-host.
You know what happened? This is what happened. I watched that Murder Mook Amber Rose thing. Shout out to Murder Mook, by the way.
Oh man, that was crazy.
Murder Mook went to Elms College, right up the street from where me and G went to college, and he used to come to our school to kick it. And he was mad cool. So salute to Murder Mook, Amber Rose, and getting him and that whole discussion that was on my mind when she was like,
"What you mean by that? What you mean by that? You got a problem?" I was like, "Oh, okay."
yeah, that whole thing. My bad, fellas. I mean, my co-host, obviously.
You already know it's the Boxing Bros. It's the Commissioner, a.k.a. Trill Dollar Bill. What's the word, y'all?
And it's your boy G, a.k.a. Chef Boy G, a.k.a. GMD, the doctor. You know, Parachute G. All the G's today's gonna come out, man. What's going on, everybody?
G salute.
Happy New Year's, everybody. It's your boy, the TBE. New Year.
We already see some of our people in the building. Salute to Paul Van der Heever. Salute. If y'all don't know, Paul Van der Heever is the one who made our logo, the icon. So salute to you and thank you, my brother. We got Al Booger in the house. We got Chris Cash. Salute to you, Chris Cash. We got Complications in the building who always shows love. And apparently he's gonna write our slip-ups down too. Meet the Fosters in the house. Salute to you. KTH for life. Salute to you. We have everyone in the building. Irish Boxing Bro is in the building.
Irish Boxing Bro. We coming for that Ukrainian soup. You know what I mean? We coming for that Ukrainian soup.
Irish Boxing Bro and G already going at it. We haven't even started.
Lomachenko's in trouble. You know what I mean? Happy New Year to you. You know?
Yeah, so what we decided to do is we're going to talk about some of the hot topics before we start the award show and give people a chance to come in because, as you know, when you start on the brothers' time, you got to give people a chance to come in. So happy New Year, everyone. We're going to dive into the first topic, which is Javonte Tank Davis. Some of you may be aware, but Javonte Tank Davis was arrested on a domestic dispute. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Michael Benson's Twitter. And he writes, the mother of Javonte Davis' child, who accused him of domestic violence this week, has now posted this statement. While emotions were running high, actually, I'm going to just read the statement. Here's the statement. These past days have been hurtful and extremely exhausting for all parties involved. I pride myself on being extremely private. This situation was the last thing I wanted to be made public. The state of our relationship has been in a fragile space, and Javonte and I were both at fault for the argument. While the emotions were running high, I made an unnecessary call to the law enforcement in an intense moment while I was frantic. Javonte did not harm me or our daughter. Today, we have sought the help necessary to move forward with our lives. I am confident that we will succeed within our co-parenting dynamic with the counseling provided to us. That's what the mother of Javonte Tank Davis' child stated. But there were some other things that came out from this incident. Particularly, they were put out by Javonte Tank Davis, and we're going to show that aspect of it. So we got to go to the Shade Room. which names. I'm not really going to get into the names. We already heard the statement, so I don't really need to get into the statement. But as you can see, this is the Javonte's mug shot. This is I guess what Tank wrote is this girl put ish on my toothbrush. Everything this hard, that's blocked out. I don't know what that is. From my daughter Pampa. The one y'all say I hit. Can't say I did this. I was effing locked up. I didn't want to do this, but I want to clear my name. So that's what Javonte wrote. There's also a picture, and I don't know if it's on here, of him with spit on his face. You can see he's showing there's also like damage done to things in the background. So I'm going to start by going to you, G, man. What's your reaction to Javonte being arrested, the domestic issue, and then the mother coming out recanting her statement saying that he never harmed her or the baby, and then him posting these pictures and everything going on? Conspiracy G, what's your reaction?
Man, what I'll say to this man is I would go to the local police station and put myself on child support. If I was him, I'll just be done with her. To be honest, I'll just be done with her. Like, you know, usually I'd be like, oh, it's cheaper to keep it, but not this one. You ain't gonna put poop on my toothbrush. That's wild. And it wasn't like a little bit. That was like a big chunk. Like, come on, that was a force, you know. And so I just don't feel like any man should have to deal with that, you know. And I'll say this: I don't know, like, I don't know the young lady. I don't, you know. But what I could say, oh man, we already started. Let's go. Go ahead.
G's not feeling the feces.
I know, yo, hold on. Since this is the yearly wrap up, I want to do the G what he did to me all last year. What? So G, what if she was teaching her daughter how to potty train and the toothbrush accidentally came off the sink and landed in the potty?
Nah. That means she's doing a horrible job at motherhood. I don't know, you know. So I just feel like, you know, I don't know what kind of relationship they have, right? Maybe they need counseling, but me, I just feel like at that point when she gets to that petty step, like when you get into the yo, I'm a pee in your drink, I'm gonna wipe my butt with your toothbrush. Once we get to that level, man, we done, you know. And so, like, I don't know. And the fact that it was like his kids poop, I feel like that made it worse for me personally, you know. So I just hope, man, Tank does the right thing and just puts himself on child support and just be done with Shorty. Like, I would just be done.
You see Irish boxing, bro. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up. Oh, you got
that Nutella chocolate spread, man. That's nasty. Nah, that's crazy. Like, you know, I'll second guess everything she does for me now. She make me a sandwich. I'm like, yo, let me examine this sandwich. Like, you don't know what she's doing nowadays, you know. So
you see Irish Boxing Bros icon, right?
Nah, I didn't even see he had things. Okay.
Get him, Irish Boxing Bro. Get him.
That's cool. I just hope after when Devin Haney body bags Lomachenko, you put a picture of Lomachenko on the ground, and then it would be cool. But it is what it is. But yeah, man, Tank, please stay away from the hood rats. You know, no man deserves that type of punishment. You know, and to me, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how much money he makes, but I'm assuming Tank is a millionaire, right? To me, it's like, yo, he's the one that's providing for you. So do you really need to embarrass this guy and call the police, this and that? Now, unless he is actually abusing you, then that's different. But if you're calling the police just because you're mad and then recanting later, that's the problem with a lot of modern relationships. And I just feel like it's too toxic at this point. I'd rather just rid myself of the whole situation and just pay child support. I'd be like, hey, you know what? Do you? Hopefully you get another man. But I'm just going to be focused on my daughter, and that's it, you know?
Yo, put the comment of J.H. Lethal.
Well, put right. Prefer G. I don't prefer it.
Now go to Simeon A. Simeon A.
These guys is on a whole new level, man. I thought I had to deal with this with Ned, man. This is crazy. Oh
They
man.
taking it to you out the gate, G. All right, Trill Dollar Bill, what's your reaction to all that?
My reaction to all that is shame on you. Shame on you. The people who first got the information and jumped out the window and was just so happy to hear that this young man caught another case. Y'all was quick to convict him already. Shout out to AB for keeping it 100 and coming to his people's aid, because AB said something that was dope. He said he's been charged, not convicted, and there's always 3 sides to every story, like my daddy used to say. Her side, his side, and the truth. And we're finding out the truth that Tank didn't do anything wrong. First, everybody wanted to jump out the window and just say, oh, look at he's convict him. Convict him. He's guilty. The same way that they did with Rolly. And it came to find out, what did I say? I said, let due process take its place. In time, we'll see who's innocent and who's guilty. We got to stop doing that to these young people. We got to stop doing that. We convict these young kids before they even stood in front of a judge. And y'all were wrong.
Trill, I have to interject here. Yo, if you with a hood rat, bro, you guilty, man. I ain't trying to hear none of that.
That's not right, man. Listen, everybody is different. We can't say just because who he's laying the pipe to, she still has the right to do whatever she did. No, that was wrong.
That's not what I'm saying.
He should be brought on charges.
No, Trill, that's not what I'm saying. I agree with what you're saying to a degree. Come on, let's just be real. There's certain shorties we just know she's bad news. Listen, and I'm pretty sure she showed herself in the beginning of the relationship, and he chose to continue the relationship with her. That's what I'm like. Nah, you need to part ways.
We don't know that. This is what I think.
Trill, come on.
What a young brothers get, G, and you was young once. You know, you act like you wasn't a young guy. You know what it is?
Learn from your mistakes.
You never trust a
young
big
guy.
Listen, you know, Belle Biv DeVoe said it a long time ago. You never trust a big bud and a smile.
No, facts. Exactly.
You know He's just learning that now. But it doesn't make him guilty. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's a sad thing. It's really sad. You know what I mean? That and then now people gonna make jokes. The brother all this stuff happened to him. He was assaulted. Being spit on is assault. And everybody is laughing at him and all this stuff that happened to him. Like, I think it's really cruel. He didn't put his hands on it. He got spit. He was a victim. Everybody's making fun of him. When they thought that he had hit her and everything, oh, he's done. His career is over with. He's stupid. I don't know. That's just how I feel. It ain't right. I think that young lady, she just have to some type of consequences, not just putting out a statement and saying, "Oh, I'm sorry for." No, maybe she needs to be on probation or something like that. Something needs to happen to her for fouling a false. Well, she didn't file a false report. She made a false call.
You know what? I didn't think about that, Trill. I'll say this: he should fight for full custody. Once you wiping your toothbrush with your kids' poop. That can't be something. You know what I mean? Like, come on,
He's
man.
Unstable.
Yeah,
she's an unstable creature.
The views and opinions of Trill do not reflect the Boxing Bros as a whole and all the other faces you see on this screen.
I ain't say.
You just call him baby boy. You just call him baby boy.
I'm just quoting baby boy.
Jumping out the window with Trill, and then he said that. I'm like, yeah, I got ways. You know what I mean?
You just call him baby boy. That's all.
Yeah. But all I'm saying is, it's just foul, man. It's just foul, yo. I just don't. The commission. I just gotta keep it 100, man. I just think it's foul how we treat certain people. We play favoritism and stuff like that. I just think it's whack.
Salute the Jungle Jams in the building. All right, TBE.
When I saw this, I was just like,
sorry, TBE, before you go, sorry, G, please go to this name, Andre Ward's freshly licked lips. Hey, listen, man. Hey, man, I ain't got nothing to say, but I'm just hoping. I ain't got nothing to say.
That's the same girl? Is it
Nah,
the
it
same
was
movie?
somebody. Was it a different girl?
I don't know if that's better or worse, but nonetheless.
I mean, listen, nobody's perfect. He may listen, just because you shot, you did something bad to somebody one time, that don't mean that you did it this time.
Just because you shot at somebody.
You know what
You know what I'm saying? Just because you did it before, you know what I'm saying?
I'm sure that's what you're hearing in a lot of the interrogation rooms in Chicago right now. TBE.
I did the other one. I ain't do this one.
All right, this is what to say. Now let's play this rap lyric. Bus stop. Pop, pop. All right, go ahead, TBE.
What is it? It's for me. This bothers me. Like, because when Tank was when the news posted and Tank posted the videos of how he was assaulted and abused, be like, yo, brother, get out of there, man. You don't got to put up with this type of mess. I know that's the mother of your child, but you don't have to be around to deal with this type of toxic environment and this type of abuse. Whenever she's mad, she can call the police, and then she can abuse you and things and get away with it. For me, it's disgusting to look at this and to put the point where you putting your baby's poop on your man's toothbrush. It's like, why? What are you proving at that point? That's just disgusting and that's childish. That's beyond childish. A child, I don't know. Some children will do some certain strange things, but that's beyond childish. And for me, G, you brought up the point like she has he can use this against her in court to get full custody, and I think he should. Like, no, you don't deserve, this woman doesn't deserve you, and clearly she doesn't appreciate the lifestyle you've given her and how you've changed, how you've been providing for her and her kid and your child, my bad. But that I don't like any of this. I think Tank, you deserve better, and hopefully so you realize that sooner than later, and you don't stick around and put up with this mess anymore.
You know what? I wanted to jump in real quick. Y'all can't see my crooked finger. But this shit, I wanted y'all to know. I really believe that this is a crime. If I was watching some show before and a lady, a cop noticed that the lady spit in his coffee, right? And charges was brought on her. He didn't drink it because he realized it, but charges was brought up. I think charges should be brought. You put feces on a object that he uses to put in his mouth. That's you know crazy. What I'm saying? Like, that is I don't know what it is. If that young lady was charged for doing that to that cop's coffee, you know, and he didn't drink it, the same thing should be happening with this young lady. I think that is crazy. Crazy.
You know what remind me of you ever see that show VP Vice Principals?
Yeah.
You just spit in her coffee every day. Yeah. You want me to get you a coffee? And then one time he just walks into the kitchen and sees the loogie coming out of his mouth into her. I'm like, bro, I would lose my job.
Hey, wait, G, what you know about Vice Principals? G, you ever see Eastbound and Down?
Nah, hold on. Is that
you gotta watch it.
It's my man Kenny Powers.
He's like a pastor, right? Yeah, I seen the first episode.
No, he's not a pastor. He's a pitcher. Oh. He's a baseball player.
Hold on. I think I did see that one. It's a movie, right?
No, it's a show. It's a TV show. Kenny Powers.
Damn, I didn't see it.
Yo, G, if you like Vice Principals, you gotta watch Eastbound and Down. Yo, it's hilarious, cuz. Yeah, Kenny effing Powers, dog. Yo, Kenny was the worst, bro. Yo, just when you have faith in Kenny, he messed it up, bro.
Damn.
Nah, completely unrelated, but like, yo, you gotta see that. All right, so get into this though. My take on it is that they're just dysfunctional together, and they're probably better off apart. I can't act like I know whether or not Tank hit her because I don't know. People recant all the time. It doesn't mean that it didn't happen, but it could just be that she's recanting because she understands the impact it will have on their child if Tank's not allowed to fight. Right. And that's one of the major issues that's happening with domestic violence, particularly with women who are involved with athletes, If you look at Ray Rice, for example, his NFL career was over. He stayed with his fiance, now wife, and he was never allowed to play in the league again. That video was harmful to her as well because it hurt his ability to earn for their family and for their child. So what's happening now is it's getting to a point where their cancel culture in taking away a person's livelihood is getting to the point where it's actually not beneficial for the victim to report these things because it indirectly impacts them when you take away, say, the athlete Javonte Davis' ability to earn money. Now, in this case, however, what I will say is she did come out and say that he didn't put his hands on her or the child, right? And you also have examples of that where someone made up a story and it negatively impacted the lives of athletes. I'll give you an example. Look at the Duke lacrosse team where this woman who was a stripper got drunk, went there to strip for the Duke lacrosse team. She got drunk. She had a daughter or a child. I don't know if it was a daughter. I believe it was a daughter who was at home, and she feared that her child was going to be taken by Child Protective Services. So she made up a story that the Duke lacrosse team raped her, which wasn't true. Those young men end up losing their scholarships, getting kicked off the team. And then later on, it was found out that it wasn't true. There's also the story of Brian Banks, the young man who was on pace to go to the NFL, was one of the top high school prospects in the state, in the nation. And a young woman lied on him and said that he raped her. He went to jail for years. And then later on, someone recorded her, secretly recorded her admitting that she made the whole thing up. And this woman got millions of dollars from the school system, everything. So you do have those instances where there are women who make up stories against men and men suffer consequence. And I get that too. So you have this situation where it's messed up, it's fuzzy, because we know that Tank is no stranger to snatching a girl up. We've seen it happen. But as Trill said, just because he snatched up a woman at a basketball game one time, it looked like a basketball game. I don't know what it was. It looked like a basketball game to me. But just because he snatched a woman up at the basketball game, it doesn't mean that he automatically hit her because she said so. But what does happen, and I think Tank has to be mindful of this, is anyone who would call the police to get back at you, anyone who would jeopardize your livelihood, who would jeopardize your freedom, isn't someone you want to associate with. And it's not just women. I'm not even going off of gender. I'm talking about anyone. Remember what Charlo, when old boy called the police on Charlo and said that Charlo beat him up or whatever, someone who was living in his house? What we say? Yeah, you need to stay away from him.
Yeah, facts, man.
So my takeaway is this. Anytime someone is willing to take away your livelihood, meaning like take away your career, to take away your freedom, you can't be around that person. You understand? And I'm not excusing Tank. I don't know what Tank has done. I don't know. Tank he may have an issue with putting his hands on women. But what you can't do is you can't ignore the fact that the same person who called the police is the same person who said nothing happened. And that's not a credible witness. That's not a credible person. So once you start doing that, then I question, I don't know what happened. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But here's what I know. They're just not good for each other. So hopefully Tank understands that, and he'll move on, and she'll move on, and they are able to co-parent, because the sad part is you have a little girl who's watching this. And this is for Tank. The way you treat your mom, the way you treat her mom, she's watching and she's learning. And the way you treat her mom is going to impact the way she interacts with men for her entire life. So you can't just dismiss her mom like that, Tank. And I would say to her mom, the way you treat Tank is also going to impact the way she treats men for the rest of her life. So
Next, you know what I'm saying?
But as G pointed out, sometimes the wet can just not.
No balls deep, no returning, you know.
Anyways, I would just say, and I'll wrap it up with this: there's a kid's life hanging in the balance, and the most immature and childish thing that they can do is continue to try to hurt each other by playing these games. So hopefully, you know, they can get it together, and that kid can grow up with happy co-parents. But if they stay together, I see bad things happening. That's all I'm gonna say on that. All right, how many people we got in here? I mean, we could do another topic, or we could dive into the award show. What y'all want to do? Let's see in the comment section. Y'all want us to handle another topic?
We should talk about Devin Haney and Lomachenko. Yeah, Irish boxing, bro. It's now here, you know. Shout out to Bob. I'm just saying, Bob's feet in the streets, you know.
All right, we're gonna move into the next topic, I guess, because I feel like we'll bang out another topic. Why not? The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is confessions of a sparring fiction, but this time it's actually involving the superstars. So apparently, there's been some trash talk between Devin Haney and Hector Garcia. Hector Garcia is Javonte Davis' next opponent, and Devin Haney said he kicked Hector Garcia out of camp because he was such a bum. Hector Garcia said that Devin Haney couldn't crack an egg and he couldn't beat his way out of a wet paper bag. And Javonte Davis is like, Devin Haney's lame for leaking the sparring footage because it's nothing compared to what he's going to do to Hector Garcia. What we're going to do is we're going to take a look at Devin Haney's Twitter real quick, and then we'll discuss it. So this is Devin Haney's Twitter, where you could see Devin Haney. He retweets a video that someone posted of him sparring Hector Garcia. We're just gonna pull this up and we'll take a look. And this is a fight hype video. I'm gonna mute this though because I don't know. But as you can see, Devin has on the red headgear, and Hector Garcia has on the black headgear. And Devin's wearing a tank top, and Hector Garcia is wearing a t-shirt. Devin with the jab in there.
Man, this is looking like Devin versus Loma. I don't know.
This is this is a sneak peek into Devin versus Loma, according to G.
Let the hate begin. You know what I mean? Oh man.
Yeah, Devin with a nice straight right. It just looks like Devin staying on the outside, fighting on the outside. Hector Garcia is not really trying hard enough to get inside. And when he does, he gets popped. This is what it looks like to me. But I mean, yeah, I don't really see.
I don't even know why he reshared this, to be honest. I mean,
yeah, this is a nice job. It just seems like he's just outpointing him. Like, you know what I mean? He's not. He just pot shotting him, basically.
Oh, which one's Devin? I've been following this whole time. I can't tell which one's which. Yo, which one's Devin?
You really don't know how Devin fight?
Devin's the one with the red headgear on.
You shouldn't even have to explain that to him, man, at this point, you know?
All right, so there you have it. So I'll say it like this. What's your reaction to the little the little back and forth about the sparring session between Devin and Hector Garcia, and Devin posting it, and Tank saying it doesn't matter because what he's going to do to Hector Garcia is going to be way worse. So I'm going to turn to you, G. What's your reaction?
I actually agree with Tank. I mean, to be honest, for one, we all know styles make fights. And do I believe both Tank and Haney could beat him? Yes. But they're two different fighters anyways, you know, and they do it in different fashion. So I don't see why Haney even shared that video. I don't know, man. I would think at this point Devin doesn't need to do all of those social media antics. You know, it's like just stay in your lane. I think you know, Tank got his own lane. Tank's not necessarily worried about belts and stuff like that. He's just focused on making big fights and getting good paydays. I think he has his lane, but these guys are just always competitive. But it's like, what's the point of being so competitive against each other if you're not going to get in the ring with one another? I just think that's kind of corny. So, Devin, do you focus on you? You're the undisputed champ. Do what you got to do. You know, Tank's going to do what he got to do. And I don't know. This seems real Ryan Garcia-ish to me. You know, it's like once these guys get on social media, they just start acting like high school, like schoolgirls and stuff, man. So it's just I don't know. I'm not vibing with none of this, man. But I do agree that both gentlemen could obviously take out homeboy.
Let me ask you a question. What are your thoughts on Devin Haney versus Vasily Lomachenko?
Come on, son. You know what I mean? I'm just saying we eat Ukrainian soup. I told y'all it's back. You know what I mean? Now, I'll give y'all this. Usyk is Ukrainian crab soup. But your man Loma, he's like mild Ukrainian soup. You know what I mean? Easy to digest. I promise y'all this. And when Irish boxing, bro, I just want my respect. I don't know if you're going to do it on Twitter, on one of our lives. I want a public apology saying, G, you got this. Devin Haney's that dude. Respect. And I might pardon you, depending on how the apology is, you know? So just bring on the hate. I love the hate. Bring the smoke. I'll take it all. Because just when I cash in, payday. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying.
All right. Dollar Bill, what's your reaction to the confession of a sparring fiction that was going on social media in the actual sparring session?
I like Devin Haney a lot. But history has shown us throughout our lives, people that we like can do lame stuff too. You know what I'm saying? And I think that this was pretty lame of Devin. You know how I feel about people leaking sparring footage. For what? You know, it doesn't matter. Devin fell into the petty games. And, you know, hey, I'm not going to convict him and hold him to the fire. You know, it happens, you know, but, you know, I'm sure he's cringing right now like, damn, I shouldn't have did that. Because, you know, that's lame. It's an unwritten rule in boxing. You just don't do that.
Mac of the man, I'm with you, man. Ever since G got one prediction right, man, he been G got one prediction right, and now G. All right, TVE.
Man, hold on, timeout. You see, Irish Boston bro be panicking, man. Now he talking about what happens if Haney just drops all the belts and go to 140. Man, listen. He not leaving 135 until he body bags Lomachenko. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool. I'm expecting my public apology soon. Just know that. I think what they're gonna fight the beginning of the year or something. Bob's trying to set it up.
Well, nah, he said he even wants the fight to happen before Devin Haney wants to fight before Ramadan. But he said if he doesn't fight before, it's gonna have to be after. So it's either before or after.
Either which way, we already know what's happening. You know what I'm saying? We sacrificing Ukrainian lambs. You know what I mean? I don't even know if they have lambs in Ukraine, but whatever. You know what I mean? It's a body bag. That's what I know. You know what I mean?
All right, TBE, man, you up, brother?
G, you done?
Man, listen, it's gonna be because this. Yo, listen, Loma. I don't know, man. I got a lot of respect for Loma, but I just don't see him beating Haney. So I think it's a 4-star suit. You know, it would have been 5 maybe if it was 5 years ago, but now he's losing his flavor out here in these streets. So go ahead, Ned.
I love Devin Haney. I'm a big fan of him. And like I said, when he became champion, I was in the lounge. They had all
this one time out. This is the same guy that was like, which one is Devin Haney? But I'm a huge fan.
No, I just couldn't tell because I was on my phone for a second and then I was watching fighters, whatever. But I'm a huge fan of Devin Haney. But G, when you look at all his opponents, Lomachenko is going to be his toughest opponent. This is going to be like that key opponent he needs on his resume to solidify him as an elite boxer in boxing. For you to just say he's going to walk through Lomachenko, he's going to body bag him, these Ukrainian soup is just crazy to me. Lomachenko is like the boogeyman in that division. A lot of
yeah, bro. He lost to Teofimo.
Yeah, he lost to Teofimo. Yeah, he lost to homie who was roughing him up a little bit in the ring. But Loma's shown us he's not this be just to doubt or sleep on. So for you to say he's Ukrainian soup, I'm gonna go as far to say he's Ukrainian steak, but I'm not saying he's food. He's top of the food list, He's like he's something you want, but is Devin Haney's pockets ready for that?
So pretty much what you're saying is you want to taste Lomachenko's meat.
Yo, come on, see.
I'm out of here.
Yo, come on, man.
He said it, not me. You know what I mean?
All right. First thing I'll address is this whole sparring war talk. Who cares? I watched the sparring session. You know what I noticed? Devin Haney had on headgear. Hector Garcia had on headgear. Devin Haney had on bigger gloves than 8 ounces, and so did Hector Garcia. So what took place in that ring isn't going to really be what would necessarily happen in the actual fight. So when Hector Garcia says that he couldn't crack an egg and he couldn't fight his way through a wet paper bag, who cares? Because you weren't really getting hit by him. You were getting hit by him with big gloves and having on headgear, right? So I'm just saying, I feel like the talk is really unnecessary. So when Javonte Davis says, oh, it's nothing compared to what I'm going to do to him, you're also going to be hitting him with 8-ounce gloves and no headgear. So Devin didn't have the opportunity. So it's really no way to compare. So these guys are really comparing apples and oranges, which gets to the point that we were discussing earlier, like Trill said. That's why sparring and talking about sparring is irrelevant, because you never know who's been in camp longer. Someone may be in better shape. You're not really, you're wearing big gloves. You're wearing all this. This is what I'm talking about, man. Like, it's just pointless. But I think Devin got sucked in because they hit Devin in the power. I think Devin gets real upset when people talk about his power. When you talk about Devin's power, he gets mad because you done seen him talking to a Jorge Linares. Like, how did it feel? How was my power? Was it pretty good? And when Kambosos called Devin Haney pillow fist after the first fight, he made sure he sat down on them punches that second fight and gave Kambosos a few marks on his face. So I think Devin, he feels some kind of way when people say he doesn't have power. But to me, Devin,
disrespect, man. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Devin might as well just come out to "I got the power" his next fight. I mean, the way he's doing it. But I mean, I'm saying Devin, his soft spot is his power, man. He wants to prove that he has power, and so I think once Hector Garcia hit him in that soft spot, that's when Devin said, "I'm going to show everyone that I beat you up." And everyone gets in these sparring wars with Devin, but Devin, like, they talk about what Javonte did to Devin in sparring. They talk about Hector Garcia, but Devin, you were a kid, bro. Sparring all these grown men so you can get good, and now you're the one with all the hardware. So if I was Devin, what I would say to Tank is just leave it. When you're ready to be a real champion, come see me. Hector Garcia, if you want to fight for an actual title, matter of fact, I'll do you one better. When you want to fight for all the titles, come see me. Y'all still in the playground fighting for kitty belts. When y'all really want that smoke, come see me. That's all I would do. You don't need to, you know what I mean? But Devin gets disrespected. I saw one meme, not one meme, but like one photograph. It had like Frank Martin, Ryan Garcia, Tank, Devin, and a bunch of other people, and it said, "Who's the best?" And in my mind, I'm like, how can you actually have this? There's an undisputed champion in that division.
The disrespect is
it's like, are you serious? And even and I saw Devin commented on it. He said, "The man with all the belts." See, you shouldn't even have to say that, Devin. Just let it be. So, anyways, I think they talked about Devin's power that pissed him off. But I think it's lame, man. Just Devin, yo, you undisputed, bro. You don't even gotta worry about that. Vasily Lomachenko, that should be you. And beating Vasily Lomachenko in convincing fashion. Because although Teofimo Lopez beat him, I'm telling you, Vasily was coming back. And Vasily started late. And I always wanted to see that rematch, and we never got to see it, and we probably never will. But you know, I'm not so sure that Teo would have won that rematch. All right, this is the last topic we're going to discuss, and then we're going to get into the award show. All right, the next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros before we get into the award show is give us your opinion now. We want your opinion. Oscar De La Hoya is out flexing a new body. You see Oscar? Look at that six pack, looking like the Liver King. You see, looking like the Liver King. Oh yeah, look at Oscar.
Did you pop my titties? I swear.
So now, when we talk about Oscar De La Hoya and his new physique, the question is, do you think he trained? Do you think he diet? Do you think he's on the juice? Or do you think he got a BBL? All right, G.
Yeah, I'm be honest, yo. That definitely looked photoshopped. It don't look real. So I think he got a little operation done, man. He did something. I don't know what they doing nowadays, but hey, but I'm gonna be honest, I ain't gonna knock him, bro. Y'all can hate all y'all want. I mean, hey, at his age, he probably can't get a six-pack the natural way, you know. So, and you remember you brought up Liver King. Even he came out talking like he on all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So, hey, do what you gotta do, bro. As long as your thing still work, you know what I mean? As long as you ain't got the corner bend, bro. As long as you got, you know what I mean? Good. That's all that matters in this life, you know? So,
All right, Dollar Bill.
You know, Oscar's on that stuff. That's what it is. Oscar on that stuff. You know what I'm saying? He trying to get a fight, you know? So I was like, hey, Ryan, this is what we gonna do. We're gonna take the stuff now. And then
all right, we go cycle off.
And then during fight time, we back on. You know what I'm saying? But hey, listen, man. As long as you know Oscar don't, hurt himself, Oscar do your thing. I see he got the young lady with him, and Oscar trying to, stay looking young, trying to keep up with the young broad. I mean, the young lady. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's trying to do. So, hey, man. Hey, Oscar, man. You was a warrior, man, and a Hall of Famer, man. Whatever makes you happy, man. Just be safe.
Yeah, look. It's not really a big deal, but in this new era, huh?
You forgot TVE.
Oh, my bad. TVE, go ahead, brother.
Now, what is it? I'm not gonna knock Oscar. Shout out to you for maintaining your body and everything after retirement. I'm gonna say I'm not gonna knock. If you use it, you use. But you know, as long as you ain't using it illegally, go for it, man. You know, do your thing, keep doing your thing. You are a legend in the sport. I'm not mad at it. But as soon as I hear Oscar step in the ring, yeah, I tell the opponent, nah, don't do it, man. He wrote it up. But now look good on you, Oscar. Look good on you. You don't look crazy as some of the other people abuse it, but nah. Keep doing
I
your
don't
thing.
think it's roids. I think he did something. That
HGH.
it don't even look like HGH. It
Like
looked
perception around the abs.
he got like abs implanted, bro. They don't look real. You know what I mean? It look funny. Like, I don't know. It look like a bulletproof vest on his stomach, bro. Like, it looks fake.
He got a bulletproof vest in his stomach.
Oh man. You
All right,
are
go check it out, right?
The homie Andre Ward, I'm not even gonna finish the name, but he hit it when I think he said he got the liposuction around the ab joints thing done.
Yo, I think so.
A lot of people are getting that done too.
Yeah. Salute to Sean KMG. Here's my issue, and I have no issue with it. You do what you want to do, right? And that's fine. Where I start to feel a certain way is because this is very popular in the world today. In the fitness world and the social media world, where people are looking at social media, they look at this type of stuff and they think that it's obtainable naturally. You got what are called fake natties, people who fake like they're natural, right? They take PEDs, they take all types of stuff, or they go get all types of surgeries, and then they sell workout plans to beginners who don't know any better. They sell workout plans to young kids trying to get into workouts. And then they want to achieve this look, right? They fall in love with this look. They want to achieve this look. And they think that looks obtainable based on what's being told to them. And then once they find out that, you have to cheat to get that look, then they start considering it. So my thing is, I'm more worried about the impact that this type of thing has on younger people. Just like when you talk about like the BBLs and the young women coming up looking at this, I'm worried about the impact. But in Oscar's case, he can do whatever he wants. He's an older guy. He wants to, do ab etching and all those things. That's fine. But my thing is, when asked about it, is he going to say he did it naturally? Because then I'm going to have an issue with it. Because once you do that, you start sending these messages to people who may look up to Oscar. People's looking up and they're like, oh, well, my trainer got a BBL. Immediately. Exactly. Yeah. It's like you can't sit there and be like, yo, because people looking at you and you're like, yo, this is my result. I'm going to train you how to look the way I cheated to get. Like, I cheated to get this look, but I'm trying to tell you can get this look naturally. It's like, get the hell out of here. Like, so I just don't like that. And that's my issue with all this new stuff and all these fake fitness gurus and whatever. And it's also creating an unrealistic body goal standard. And that's within itself. And I'll finish with this. Lastly, these things are completely unhealthy. They're not healthy. The BBLs are so dangerous. If they inject fat into your vein accidentally, you can die instantly, like immediately. People die from this. It's so dangerous, and they just going out doing it. So for me, the new flex isn't going to be showing your abs. It's going to be showing your blood work. Show me your blood work. Show me you're healthy. Show me that. That's the flex. Because nowadays, all these people, they taking all types of crap, then flexing on the internet and, pushing that unrealistic thing. So that I have no issue with it. But my thing is, Oscar, are you going to try to tell us that you did that naturally? And we see the woman you with. I'm going to leave that alone. But I'm just saying, are you going to tell us you did that naturally? Because if you're trying to push that, then there may be an issue. All right, so Dollar Bill, man. I think you ready to get this?
Are you ready to rock? I'm ready to rock, baby.
Let's go. Look at Trill with the hat.
I'm ready to go. What's going on, Bob?
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to rock. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it.
All right. So now let's do our Boxing Bros 2022 award
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, let's
You
get
know, so
comfortable. Shoot, let's get
gonna
comfortable.
start it off.
Let's get
You
comfortable.
gonna take it off, True?
I'm taking it off. I'm getting comfortable for the award show. I'm taking it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. That's why I didn't wear a tie. I was like, I gotta be
Yeah,
too
man.
comfy out
Yeah,
here in the
look.
street. You know. So now let's start off with the first one. Prospect of the year.
You
True,
know
that's
what I'm
you.
saying? I don't want to do it.
Oh. Trey, you know you got
Much love, y'all. Much love.
All right, Trey, you got first one.
You the first one, Trey. You know what I mean?
All right, boom, shakalaka. All right, right off the bat, prospect of the year. The nominees are Richardson Hitchens, Keyshawn Davis, Raymond Ford, Nico, the son of a goat, the grandson of a goat, Ali Walsh, and Brandon Lee. And the winner of this year's Boxing Bros 2022 awards, prospect of the year, goes to the homie Keyshawn Davis.
All right. Oh, I thought he was gonna wait till people comment. All right, you see, hold on. I'm just saying, my man put Xander Zayas. Kaden, would you like to explain why your boy Xander's not on this list? You know,
We already gave Xander the award.
Yeah.
One. And two, we feel like Xander is now beyond the prospect. Xander is now at the stage where he needs to become a contender, and he needs to be getting in there where he fights for a title. But we understand that Xander Zayas is in a position where he's not going to go down to 147 and fight Earl Spence Jr. He's not going to fight Terrence Crawford. And we also understand that he may not be ready for Jermell Charlo, who's undisputed at 154. So it's just a matter of him being in that space where he's going to have to wait it out until either Jermell moves up or he feels ready to take on Jermell. But for us, and maybe I think we're wrong, I feel like Xander Zayas has been one of the top prospects for the last 2 years. How many years do you get to be a prospect before you're supposed to be a contender? Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know.
Yeah, and then also Walk Jock, you know, Tank is not no prospect. Let's at this point.
That's what I'm saying. Tank will be a prospect, right?
He's not a prospect. My man way beyond this level in his
I know
career.
he's the undisputed secondary champion.
Hold on. Of course, we knew my man, you know, Walsh was Ali's grandson. That's why I actually put him on the list. You know, now these guys, they're gonna hate. Look at Trill roll his eyes. I seen what you just did. The reason why you got to put him on this list is because y'all can hate all y'all want, but Top Rank is showing this kid a lot of love. He's always getting exposure. He's the only prospect I see with little commercial ads, you know, little promos right before his fight. You got to give that dude his due credit, man. Now, I know it's only because he's the grandson of the greatest. However, it don't matter, you know. He still deserves to be on the list and be nominated. So that's why, you know, I threw him out.
I'm not even entertaining G. G's trying to. Hey, Irish Boxing Bros, nice icon, brother.
He said I'm trolling. I'm serious.
That's what I'm saying. Nice icon, brother.
So G, you're jumping on the Nico train, man.
What? Oh my God, Ned. Ned. You got to work on your timing, man. I think.
Yeah, you're right.
You almost there.
You got.
All right, man. Moving on. Contender of the year. That's me. So for contender of the year, we got a couple of people in. This was another one where actually, no. We actually all came to the same agreement. But we have Frank Martin, Raymond Ford. We got Jared Big Baby Anderson, Sebastian Fedora, aka what was Xerxes, and and now contender of the year. Or how about this? Anyone like to guess in the comments who you think is the contender of the year. And we got Big Baby Anderson. We got Big Baby. We got 2 big babies. You know, another big baby. Oh man, we got a lot of big babies now. You know. All right. Well, drum roll, please. I guess I'll just drum roll myself. Brrr. And the contender of the year goes to Virgil Ortiz. However, Big Baby was definitely one. Fedora, hey man, listen, we're gonna give him some love later. You know, have faith. You know, but actually now we got a little mixture now, but mostly the audience is saying Big Baby. You know, and any of you fellas like to comment on contender of the year and why you voted for Ortiz?
The kid's special, man. He has a lot of talent, and he's one of like the rising stars in this game right now. So I like Virgil.
I feel like his victory over Kavaliauskas probably he's beaten the best opponent out of all the other people. In addition to that, I just feel like he's probably the most ready for the champions out of all the other people. So that's why I feel like it's Virgil Ortiz.
All right, so next up, Ned, this is you. Promoter of the year.
Oh yeah, that's on me. So let's check this out.
No, number three is
okay,
Ned.
Sorry. My bad. I'm sorry, Ned. I keep jumping on you, Ned. Sorry.
My bad. It's all good. No worries. All right, y'all. For promoter of the year, our nominees are DeBella Entertainment, Top Rank, K2 Promotions, PBC Promotions, Mayweather Promotions, Golden Boy Promotions, Jake Paul, and Matchroom Promotions. For everyone, you know, like we've been doing, can y'all guess who won promoter of the year?
Don King.
Hey, legend. I'm not getting anything. All right, the winner of promoter of the year is K2 Promotions. Shout out to K2 Promotions, yo. You've done a lot. You promoted a lot of big fights. And excuse me. You're welcome for your award.
Oh man. Do you know?
All right, so we're gonna say K2 Promotions is Usyk. They're Usyk's promotional company, and K2 Promotions has been doing a great job moving Usyk. Also getting Usyk the big fights when they're not tied to any major networks. When you think of, say, Eddie Hearn, you know that's DAZN, Matchroom DAZN, right? When you think of, say, Boxer Sky, right? When you think of Frank Warren, Tyson Fury, that's BT Sport. But the beauty of what Usyk and his team has been doing is they've been keeping him somewhat independent while still getting him the big fights. And he was able to beat up on Anthony Joshua from DAZN, hurt DAZN, and still be in position to where he can fight Fury for Undisputed and Fury's BT Sport and ESPN. So we just felt like K2 Promotions has been moving lovely and doing a great job with Usyk. And so K2 Promotions, that's why they're promoter of the year. So we're going to move into number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Network of the year. Network of the year. So the nominees are Matchroom, DAZN, or should I say DAZN Matchroom, ESPN Top Rank. There's a reason why we're naming the network in the promotional company, because people want to act like they're two different things. But if you know boxing, you know they're tied together. The network, Showtime and Fox, PBC. BT Sport, Queensberry Promotions. Sky Sports, Boxer, and Fight TV.
Oh, you skipped one.
Oh, yeah. BLK Prime, ladies and gentlemen, is also nominated. BLK Prime. I want to give a shout out to BLK Prime because when I first found out that TC was fighting on BLK Prime, we actually did this live. We went and we checked their fights, and they had like 2 OGs fighting in knee braces and those big old Target gloves, and they had no audience. So BLK Prime actually did a decent job broadcasting the TC fight. So that was their first major fight. So we're going to show some love to BOK Prime. They did a decent job broadcasting that fight. They hired two, in my opinion, two of the best people to call fights, Antonio Tarver and Paulie Malignaggi, which was a great move. So salute to BOK Prime, but they didn't win it. BT Sport, when you air your stuff in the United States of America, there's huge pauses of nothingness. Absolute nothing. Like we get nothing. We get no people talking. We get no nothing. We just go to a far shot of the arena and see nothing. Horrible production. You shouldn't even be nominated, but we just put you up there to be nice. Fight TV, no, they're not getting it. Showtime and Fox, y'all are putting pay-per-views for Showtime and Fox. Luis Ortiz versus Charles Martin. Anyone? Seriously, that was one of their pay-per-views. And Andy Ruiz versus Luis Ortiz, that's her pay-per-view. Deontay Wilder versus Helenius, those are your pay-per-views. Thurman versus Barrios, those are your pay-per-views. PBC and Fox and Showtime. Yeah. The Matchroom, I'm not even going to talk about Matchroom because I don't want the Eddie Hearn lovers to ruin a great award show. So the winner is ESPN in Top Rank.
And I will say, ESPN, they do an excellent job of feeding the streets. Let's just be real. You know, Bob has a pretty decent stable, especially when it comes to prospects. And so he always finds ways to actually showcase these fighters for free, you know. And PBC, as much as I love and respect PBC, I'm not trying to pay, you know, pay-per-view prices for like basic fights. That's outrageous, you know. So I got to give Bob, you know, that salute because he is feeding the streets. I love boxing. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. I can't this thing. Rachel's in the building. What's going on, Rachel? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's.
Yeah, it's been a tough year for boxing, you know. But now let's go to trainer of the year, and that's you, Trill.
Yo, you see Jungle Jams? I'm sorry.
Oh no, I didn't even say it.
Stay tuned, Jungle Jams.
Hey man, have faith, you know. Trill, you on mute.
Oh dang. Got Malik Scott, Lomachenko's daddy, Derrick James. You got John David Jackson, and you got Gerald GT, the great. Trainer of the year goes to.
You skipped the name.
Well, I skipped
Ross.
All right, well, we got Ross up there. Trainer of the year. Y'all know who it's going to. Irish Boxing Bro, stand up. It's going to Lomachenko's daddy. Papachenko.
Yeah, salute to him. I ain't gonna lie. He did his thing. You know what I mean? But all right, next up, we got most improved fighter. That's me. So the nominees are Deontay Wilder, Joe Joyce, Alicia Bumgarner, and Rolly Romero. Let's see what people are gonna think about this one. But you know, since we got so many topics, I'll just go into it. So the winner of most improved fighter of 2022 is George Joyce. Now, this was a controversial one between the fellas. You know, it was a lot of back and forth. But for one, there's not too many people showing much improvement, you know, within the year, you know. And so based upon Joe Joyce's last performance against what's his name? Joseph Parker, you know, my favorite, you know. He did show that he's more defensively sound in past fights. You know, in the past, Joe Joyce wasn't really too focused on defense. He would get punched in the face a lot. And so now he's showing more wrinkles to the game. And so we wanted to acknowledge that. So salute to George Joyce for winning most improved fight of the year. Oh, man, we got a lot of, wait a minute, you know, hands down. Yeah, a lot of people agree with us. George Joyce. All right, cool. All right.
Guillotine style, baby.
All right. So now, next up, that's you, Ned. Fight of the year.
All right. For the fight of the year, we have excuse me, my throat keeps bothering me. We have some of the fights we nominated.
Hold on, my bad. Hold on, I messed up. Boop, you got fight of the year.
Yeah.
My fault, people. My fault. Go ahead.
Let's go. For our fight of the year, our nominees are Sebastian Fedora versus Erickson Luba, which was a brawl. Dillian White versus Jermaine Franklin, which was a brawl. Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano, which was a brawl. Jermell Charlo versus Brian Castano for Undisputed 2. That was a good fight. Maris Breedis versus Jay Opatai. Did I say that right?
Epataya, I believe.
Epataya?
You know how we do names, man.
Yeah, man. I ain't see that one, I'm not gonna lie. But these are some good fights. What do y'all think the fight of the year was? Let's see. What are some of the comments saying?
We got Charlo, Castano too.
Yeah, that was good. That was Charlo. Charlo showed up that fight. He really improved.
We got Taylor Serrano.
Yeah. Taylor put the gears on in the later rounds just to secure her win. Y'all were close, but no cigar. All right. The fight of the year was Sebastian Fedora versus Erickson Lubin, which was a brawl, man. That kid is big, yo. He's 6'5". He's my height. But
it was exciting, man. It was an exciting fight. Back and forth action. Both guys hit the canvas, and they ended with a stoppage. You see, it was looking dangerous for Erickson Lubin at one point. But all these fights, I was heavy on the Taylor Serrano joint too. But all these fights was great fights. You know, we had some great fights this year.
Yeah, a lot of good fights this year.
Yeah, and then also too, what my deciding factor was, you know, the level of threat. You know, so like Erickson Lubin, I honestly thought he was gonna probably get like KO'd in that fight, like for real, like really, really violated. You know. And he weathered the storm. Like this dude Fedora is 6'5". He looked like he's 6'6", man. I don't know, man. Dude look like a giant. He shouldn't even belong in that division. I'm being 100, you know. And then it was like a toss-up between the Apadaya fight because the dude had a broken jaw. And I remember at the end of the fight, they're trying to interview the dude. I'm like, bro, his jaw is broke, you know. So like those type of fights where it's like back and forth and it's like really, really like dangerous. I think those deserve like fight of the year. When Charlo was fighting Castano, yeah, to me, there was the second fight. It was more a one-sided fight. It was Charlo putting a hurt in on Castano, going to the body. So it wasn't really like it was a good fight. It was like interesting, but it wasn't like, well, I don't know who's going to have to win. This is really close, you know. So that's why I was like, you know what, I favor the Fedora versus Lubin fight. And so now we are going into fighter of the year, and that's you, Caden.
All right. So, fighter of the year. This is a category that got a little heated. So, the nominees for fighter of the year: Naoya Inoue, Jermell Charlo, Clarissa Shields, Katie Taylor, Tyson Fury, Canelo Alvarez, Devin the Dream Haney, and Alexander Usyk. So there's a lot. So I'll run through those names again.
Yo, the Irish boss, bro, you watch your mouth. You know what I'm saying?
So I'll run through those names again. Alexander Usyk, Devin Haney, Canelo Alvarez, Tyson Fury, Katie Taylor, Clarissa Shields, Naoya Inoue, Jermell Charlo. Those are the nominees for Fighter of the Year. Who do you think? I see a lot of Bavals in there. Stop capping. All right. And the winner for Fighter of the Year, Devin the Dream Haney. It was a real close one between Devin Haney and Alexander Usyk. It was very close, but we gave it to Devin the Dream Haney because Devin had to go to Australia, and he did it twice. But not only that, he was dealing with a lot. He was the email champion. He had a lot going against him. When we look at Usyk was equally impressive. Usyk moved up to heavyweight. He became unified champion in just his third fight at heavyweight. But Devin Haney became undisputed champion at a very young age. Great accomplishment. So look at my man. how are you arguing with Devin? Oh wow. Wow. Hey man, listen. Alexander Usyk did some great things. But here's the deal. Alexander Usyk still has one belt he needs to get in the heavyweight division, and that's Tyson Fury. And I guarantee you, if he does that, we're going to be talking about more than just fighter of the year. We're going to be talking about potential GOAT status. Cash says that Usyk beat better proven opponents. I mean, he beat Joshua. And you got to look at what Devin did. Devin beat the man who beat the man. That's all you can do. Remember, I know that you guys want to act like this didn't happen, but Teofimo Lopez beat Vasily Lomachenko, and then Kambosos beat Teofimo Lopez. And then Devin Haney beat George Kambosos. Does that not count for anything to any of you? Anthony Joshua never fought Tyson Fury, never fought Deontay Wilder, so we don't know who's the man out of any of them. That's been our big issue from this jump. That's why we want undisputed. So all I'm saying to you, again, is Devin Haney is the man who beat the man, and there's no dispute. Devin Haney's also undisputed at like 23 years old.
More hate. This is
hey, listen, has Joshua been undisputed? That's all I want to know. And this isn't me trying to be disrespectful. This is me asking a serious question. Was Joshua ever the undisputed champion? The answer is no, he wasn't. George Kambosos was. So how can you say George Kambosos was B level? If George Kambosos is B level, Vasily Lomachenko is B level. This is what y'all missing.
Just to respond to Chris, to be honest with you, I think Usyk will still get a motion picture anyways. You know, like Usyk's story is pretty impressive. I just feel like he just has to get through Tyson Fury for then he could be like, I'm be honest. I said this to the fellas yesterday. I was like, I have no problem, picking Usyk as fighter of 2023, right? But he's gonna have to beat Tyson Fury to get that position for me, Now, if he loses to Tyson Fury, I don't know. I'm gonna have to say Tyson Fury. But if Usyk could get past Tyson Fury, that to me is like the ultimate. The guy is way bigger, just as fast, agile. That's gonna be a huge accomplishment for Usyk. That to me, hands down, I don't think any other fighter in any other division will have that type of opposition to overcome. So Usyk's gonna get his flowers, and Usyk gets his flowers nonetheless. I see Trill laughing like, "Yo, Trill, come on, stop it."
Yeah, I'm just saying, what are we talking about here? Like, what are we like?
They upset that we picked Devin.
No, I don't even want to. I know we're in the middle of the war show, but I hate the fact that we're having this conversation because why is we having this conversation? Why not Devin? Devin went over and did what he had to do in hostile territory, not once but twice. He's undisputed. He gets disrespected by his own networks that he's fighting on. They pick everybody else over this kid. This kid has did nothing but beat everybody that you put in front of him. What are we talking about now? We're talking about other people who has not accomplished what he has done. Mm-hmm. These other guys are great. We know that. But come on, let's just give this guy some props. We ain't never did no crazy things like no race baiting or nothing crazy on this show. If you're good, you're good. We praise Usyk. You see, I jump out the window for Usyk every second of the day. You know what I'm saying? But right is right and wrong is wrong. Give this young man some props, man. Like he did his thing. This year, he did his thing.
Also,
you call him email champion and all this other stuff. Now he got all the belts and he still can't get on no list.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Also, bro, just to add to that, y'all are mentioning Bivol. I saw some of y'all say Bivol for Fighter of the Year. What has Bivol done over Devin? Cuz why would I pick Bivol over Devin Haney?
Rico, you already know. Put that on, Rico.
Y'all sitting here picking Bivol. Stop capping. This is what I'm talking about. This dude's 23 and undisputed, cuz. Come on, man. Like this is what I mean. This is part of the reason why Devin is Fighter of the Year. Because people will want to find a reason to hate on Devin. Look at this argument. All I gotta say is this. This is the craziest thing to me. This is the craziest thing to me, yo. They say that Kambosos is B level. He beat the guy Vasily Lomachenko couldn't beat, and half these guys think Vasily's elite. So if Kambosos is B level, then what is Vasily? How can you not give Devin credit for being the man who beat the man?
That's the very
definition of being number one.
Soup, son. Ukrainian soup.
Yeah, I just don't understand this. I don't understand it.
Kills badness to them, man. You know.
Stop it, Irish boxing, bro.
Come on, man. Stop playing. Stop playing. You playing around, man. Nah, but for real, for me, you got to be the man. You got to beat the man. To be the man. Okay, again, if Kambosos is B level, then that means that Teofimo Lopez is C level, and that means that Vasily Lomachenko is what?
Ukrainian soup.
You see what I'm saying? You can't play that game that way. You got to give props where it's due, you know? And I'm one, I don't think Vasily Lomachenko's an easy fight for anyone. I think he started too late with Teo, and I think Teo knew, and Teo was very fortunate, and that's why Teo never wanted to give Vasily a rematch. And that's why Teo's been it's been a tough road for Teo ever since, right? But just because you feel that way, that don't mean you can take away from what Devin Haney has accomplished. Because here's what's going to happen. Because I don't want to see this. This is a TC fan special. If Vasily Lomachenko beats Devin, I don't want y'all to start gassing up Devin after he takes an L. Don't do that. Give Devin his flowers now. Give Devin. Okay. Loma had a bad night, right? Devin hasn't had any. Loma had a bad night. Devin hasn't had any. So anyways, we can move on to the next award.
I just wanted to keep this over here for another second or two. You know, does it sound like I was in his skills right now? Let's get it. You know? But all right, so next up is KO of the year. And Trill, that's you.
Okay, KO. All right, boom. KO of the year. Let me bow. There we go. KO of the year. We got Javonte Tank Davis versus Rolly Romero. We have Tyson Fury versus Dillian White. We have Joe Joyce destruction of Joseph Parker. And we have Caleb Plant versus Anthony Durrell. Put him in the coffin. And the winner. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do something that my bro's been doing. I'm gonna go to the comment section first. Y'all let me know who you think got KO of the year.
We got one for Caleb. We got one for Joe Joyce and Parker. We got Ned falling asleep.
We got two from Eminem.
We got
two for Caleb Eminem.
You already.
We got a lot of plans. Hold on. Oh, we got Dubois versus Lorena with the phantom punches. You know, we got John B. Yo, this is beyond ignorant. Yo, this is crazy.
Will Smith.
He didn't even KO him, cuz. He didn't even KO him.
Yeah, no. We got a lot of killer plants, man.
Listen. I'm just gonna tell you right now. Y'all know who took it. Eminem versus Papa Doc. You know, Caleb Plant for the win. You know what I'm saying? Caleb Plant for the win. Miss Karma, I swear you got our list or something. You hacked into our computer. You got our list. You know what I'm
He
saying?
was there, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
He was at the fight.
Yeah.
What you say?
He was at the fight.
You was at the fight?
Yeah.
Karma was at the fight. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Let's keep it real. I'm gonna be honest. Being there is crazy because we heard the knock. It's one thing to see it, but when you hear it, it's like, yo, this dude sounded like he got shot in the ring, man. I'm being honest. I was like, yo, this is crazy. And I remember Ned just kept harassing my shoulder, like screaming in my head. Oh, I'm like, damn, Darrell, get up. And then Darrell was on the ground.
Get up. Get up.
I'm not lying. Darrell was literally like flatlined for like a good 10 minutes, bro. Maybe I don't know if I'm like exaggerating, but it was a long time. Like literally, he was just on the floor. And I think, was it you, Trill, that was like, I don't think he's knocked out. I think he's embarrassed. One of y'all said that. And I was like,
yeah. He just staying there.
But I was like, bro, he was on the ground for a minute. So I was like, I don't know, man. Shout out to Caleb Plant for that one, you know. All right.
Yeah.
So, oh no,
Yeah,
you
I
want
want to say one quick thing. All these knockouts were magnificent, and I do want to Lee Wood. That was a hell of a knockout. Rico's talking about. Yeah, so I just want to acknowledge that knockout too. That was a brutal knockout, but like maybe it's American bias, but like this fight, Caleb Plant versus Anthony Darrell, it's just like the stakes because we invested in like the back and forth trash talk, they really didn't like each other, and if you were there, you saw Anthony Darrell's tactics. Like he was calling, he was running. He was calling like a runner.
Remember, the whole arena was booing too.
The whole arena was booing Caleb when he knocked out Darrell, bro. Yeah. It was like it went from boo, oh, like it was crazy. Like it was just the atmosphere was crazy. So, and no one saw. I mean, you didn't really see it coming. You know what I'm saying? I know Darrell definitely didn't see it coming, but I didn't see it coming. You know what I'm saying? So it was like it was definitely.
Yeah,
crazy knockout.
Sweet Hands was sour.
No, but that was a hell of a knockout. I do remember seeing that Lee Wood knockout. That knockout was crazy.
Mind you, and this is the same Caleb Plant that people done labeled pillow fisted and everything. You know,
that was another thing that made it crazy. Yeah,
he violated them. I was like, damn, you know. But next up is YouTube Boxing Channel of the Year, and that's me. And so now this one was kind of controversial too, because we got a lot of. Thank you, Trill. But you know,
time out. I gotta tell him. So
you know I ain't. You know I ain't
doing this, but we were doing this, and we were assigning like topics. We were like, we can't give Trill this one.
Yeah,
bro.
Trill can't have this.
Like, just make sure Trill don't have this topic right here. Like.
I'm sorry.
I don't even know why this is a topic. Bro,
I know what I think.
Boxing Bros for life. Y'all already know what it is. The shout out to the Boxing Bros community. I love y'all because y'all have done so much. And man, listen, Boxing Bros #1.
Yeah. You are correct, Trill. But now the way we came up with this list was actually what we actually watched, with the exception of Trill. We understand Trill he's 100% Boxing Bros. But the nominees are Hatman Strikes Back, Counterpunch Boxing, Ring IQ Boxing Talk, and Stamina for Sale. So before I announce the winners, let's see what people are gonna vote. And I'll just say them again: Hatman Strikes Back, Counterpunch Boxing, Ring IQ Boxing Talk, and Stamina for Sale. Let's see.
I see some people said sporting icons. We salute. We like sporting icons and boxing beats and rhymes as well. But we narrowed it down to 4. We had to narrow it down to 4.
I see a few. Counterpunch, Ring IQ, Stamina for Sale, Counterpunch. What else? All right. We got Boxing Bros. You know what I mean? I appreciate that. Thank you. You know. All right, but let's just go into it. So
USA. I don't think I've ever seen True Media USA. I'll check that out though.
Yeah, I might have to check that out too. I was like, I
I'll
don't
check
know
that
what it is. Yeah, man. Somebody put showbiz, you know. All right.
78. my man is trolling.
Yeah. All right. So I'm just gonna say the winner for our YouTube Boston Channel of the Year goes to Stamina for Sale.
Stamina for Sale.
Yeah, and then so we with this one, it was pretty tough because obviously as YouTubers, we understand that putting videos together could be difficult. And so Hatman, he actually does an excellent job putting like video clips and images and everything together with his production. So I was like, you know what? I wanted to highlight that, especially me, I'm a graphic designer. So I like when people take that extra step to be creative. But with Stamina for Sale, I think what all these YouTube channels do, they do all of that combined. Interviews, conversations, deep dives into fights. They do all of that on their podcast. And so, where like Counterpunch may just only focus on news, right? Hatman may do like the deep dives on stuff, but these guys do everything and more, and so we wanted to show them some love because they came in. I believe they came in this year, right? It was in 2022 that they launched.
I know they started recently because I remember.
Yeah, they started recent and they just they doing good. They consistent. So we wanted to show them some love, man. Keep doing y'all thing. But all the other guys that were listed on this, we also salute y'all as well. But Stamina for Sale, they bring the total package on their show.
Yeah, there are a lot of good channels out there, but what Stamina for Sale for me, what they got is they got Tunde. I was on a panel with Tunde, and one of the things that shocked me about Tunde, because I always just used to see Tunde yelling, "Lions in the camp, Lions in the camp." But when you speak with him, he really knows boxing. He can break down boxing. And they got Spencer Furr on, and he's like a boxing encyclopedia. Like, dude, that dude knows boxing in and out. So when you match them two together, they do good things. And the one thing I want to shout them out with was they got Mark Brillin back with the whole Glovegate thing. And that was one of the things that really set their channel off was the interview with Mark Brillin. Although they were having technical difficulties with that interview, but they got him at like the right time. And that was another thing I appreciate about their channel. So salute to Stamina for Sale.
And also to add with those two, the chemistry is just hilarious to me. It's like they can entertain you while talking boxing. Because, like, let's just be real. There's certain channels, when they talk boxing, it's mad boring. But those two guys, they're entertaining. They're funny, and then when they go back and forth, you could tell they're actual, like, they're boys. Like, kind of like how, like, the boxing bros are. Like, like, we actually could chill with one another, hang out, talk trash, and crack jokes like if we're in a barbershop or something. They're like the same way. They're just like the UK version with just two guys as opposed to four, So I wanted to show them love for that as well.
But nothing beats the mighty, mighty boxing bros.
Thank you, Trill, for reminding the audience, But now that we got through all of the traditional awards, we're going to go into our boxing bro ratchetness. And so we're about to start this off with Ducker of the Year.
Ducker of the Year.
Ned, get ready. Uh-oh. Get ready, Ned. Get ready.
This is the Boxing Bros Awards special.
Mother Ducker. Mother Ducker.
This is what makes us different than the others.
The Ducker of the Year. We calling out names. We calling out names.
We calling out our duckers this year, yo. Earl Spence, we calling out you for ducking, one of our nominees. Fight Crawford, by the way. Terrence Crawford, ducker. Fight Spence, man. We need that 2023. Stop playing. Jaime Munguia, fight somebody, man. Fight somebody. Isaac Cruz. Why you duck Garcia, man? Come on now. I see him Rotman Jr. I'm not even gonna get on that, man. Yo, come on now. And our audience, I want y'all to guess who our Ducker of the Year is. Yo, I'm gonna let you go to our fan who got it right. Thank you, Jaime Munguia. You are Ducker of the Year, man. You are 26 with 41 fights, and you ain't fought nobody. Who have you fought? Like, that's crazy. By the time you're 30, you're gonna have over 80 fights, man. Fight somebody. Fight somebody, please.
Out of sponsor, bro, we on the same page and he panics again. You know what I mean? Like, you know what's funny? This dude can actually fix it. Yo, he can actually just fix his thumbs and just type this. Knowing that when Devin Haney had an opportunity, when Loma had an opportunity to fight Devin back in the days, he gave up his belt. So watch your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not gonna do this again for 2023. You know, it's crazy.
Man, that's funny.
Oh man, somebody put
hilarious.
Oh man, hey, I don't know, man. Demetrius, I don't know. You gotta give Boo Boo some pardons, man. I don't even think like people want to give him fights, so it's not his fault. That's just my observation. But anyways, moving on. So now we got Snooze Fest of the year.
Snooze Fest of the year. This is the fight that was boring. You fell asleep, woke up, it was still on, and you didn't even bother to rewind it. You said, I'm gonna pick up right where I'm at. Say, I might go rewind this fight. I'm gonna pick up and watch it right where I'm at. Snooze Fest number 1. Nominees. Frank Sanchez versus Carlos Negron. Now I know what y'all are saying. Oh, but Caden, he knocked out Carlos Negron. That was the only exciting part of that fight. Up until that whole thing, it was boring. The whole crowd was booing. And I know because me and Trill, we lost our voice yelling at Frank the whole entire time. Gia tell you, we turned our whole section against Frank.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, you know, when you can see people in unison when it comes to hate, I'm just like, this is bad, you know? Like,
all right.
So y'all gonna deport them. You know what I mean?
For all the people in the UK, you're not gonna like this next one, but hey, it is what it is. Joshua Buatsi versus Craig Richards was a snooze fest. Was boring. That fight was boring. I'm mad that I could have did something better with my time. All right. Next on the list, Shakur Stevenson versus whoever. Every fight Shakur Stevenson had was a snooze fest. Not because Shakur isn't a great fighter. It's because every round looks the same. Complete domination from Shakur Stevenson. By the 7th round, you can fall asleep, wake up at the decision, and still have the right scorecard for Shakur. All right. And the next fight for Snooze Fest of the year, Devin the Dream Haney versus George Ferocious Kambosos. George, he lied to me. Part one, yeah. George, he lied to me. George told me it was the art of war. He told me he was going to whoop on Devin. He told me Devin thought he was a gangster. He told me all types of stuff. But when I watched the fight, he just got whooped. All right, go ahead, TBE. What's up?
What was the art of snore?
The art of snore. The art of snore. That's exactly what it was. Okay, so who do y'all think should get Snooze Fest of the year? Should it be Frank Sanchez versus Carlos Negron, Joshua Buatsi versus Craig Richards, Shakur Stevenson versus whoever, or Devin Haney versus George Kambosos 1?
Man, these votes all over the place. We even got Fury versus.
Nah, it is excellent in Shakur's case. Here's the problem with Shakur. He doesn't go for the KO once he already got him beat up. We sick of seeing him dominate. We be like, yo, try to knock the dude out. He just keeps dominating for the whole fight. And I don't want to see those last 4 rounds.
Oh, man.
All right, so the winner of Snooze Fest of the year. Well, actually, just the award. Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson is the winner.
Yeah, like the homie says, excellence can be boring, though.
It is.
That's a fact. Yeah, man.
Yo, what's up with my man? Go to my man, Demi. Said, those light-skinned cat needs to get dealt with.
Is he talking about Shakur or
maybe he talking about me, Shakur, and everyone? I don't know. Welcome to the show, brother. All right,
so now next up is Disrespect of the Year and Trill you up.
Disrespect of the year. Disrespect of the year. You know what I'm saying? There's been a lot of disrespect of the year. And you know, I'm a respectful guy. you know. But if you go low, I go basement, you know. But you know, disrespect of the year is Terrence Crawford, Eddie Hearn, Leonard Ellerbe, Alicia Baumgartner, George Kambosos, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, Hassan Rahman Jr., Caleb Plant, Rolly Romero. That's a lot.
Oh, but I think we should explain why they got nominated for Disrespect of the Year. TC was for like his tirade on social media, you know.
For his terrible press conference looking at flashcards.
Looking at flashcards, posting
not a character.
Like he was wilding. Eddie Hearn and Leonard Ellerbe were kind of like a combined package. Their disrespect against one another was kind of like outrageous. We have Alicia Baumgartner with the whole dog walking, and you know she was going in on that. We have George Kambosos calling Devin Haney a thug, this and the third. We had Anthony Joshua, you know, with his his little meltdown at the end of the Usyk fight in the second one. We had why was Deontay Wilder listed? Was it because of the punch?
Because the way he knocked out.
He knocked him out. Yeah, I remember.
Because the way he knocked out Hellenius and then he went to his hotel room and gave him a hug.
That was crazy. And then we had Hassan Rahman Jr. for disrespecting his pops. You know, he for one, he ducked Jake Paul. Then he got beat up by a football player. Then we had Caleb Plant.
Hold on, wait, and you got to add, he got beat up by a football player trained by Shannon McCann Briggs.
Yeah, that was.
Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ. I mean, then we had.
Look at him, y'all. Look at him.
We had Caleb Plant for putting him in the dirt, and we have Rolly Romero for his comments to Tank in the build-up when he was saying, "Look at your arm. Your arm's the size of mine." You know what I mean? So yeah, that's how all of these gentlemen and young lady made it to this list. So take it from there, Joe.
And listen, all of these was good. All of these was good nominees, but you know, it had to go to the man who had something to prove. Everybody was against him. Like we said, hey, I'm just gonna tell you who it is. It's Caleb Plant. Like I said, everybody was against this man. Everybody. That right there after knocking him out was crazy. They even tried to stop him. He's like, get off of me, and did it again. You know, everybody was against him. The whole arena was against him, and he silenced everybody.
Yo, Rachel, watch your mouth, Rachel. She said it wasn't a meltdown, it was a hissy fit. That's cute.
And you know, he did it, you know, Caleb did what he was supposed to do. He handled business, put him in the dirt.
Yeah, and I ain't going front, man. I will say this. Because I think it was unanimous, right? We all voted for Caleb Plant. But I felt like his disrespect was justified. Out of all these people on this list, he had the right to do what he did. You know, I'm telling you, everybody was booing him. You're fighting a guy talking about I'll never get beat up by a white boy. You know, people saying he got pillow fists, all of that. While he's fighting, people calling him a runner. You got your man Darrell literally mocking him like, oh, you're just running. You know, so when he knocked him out and he started doing the, you know,
put him in
grave, it is what it is. I was like, hey man, I feel him, yo. Like, y'all can't be hating on me.
I was just saying though, the DJ missed the opportunity to play some gangster stuff on that. That was at the fight, but maybe you'll leave it alone.
Yeah, all right. So now, oh man, this is funny. I got this one, you know. So, in honor of my Haitian brethren, you know, next up we got the Jean Pascal Cheetah of the Year award, you know. And for those that don't know why it's named after Jean Pascal, do your Googles, because this guy was wilding. But anyways, our nominees for the Jean Pascal Cheetah of the Year goes to number 1, Connor Ben. 2, the Nebraska Athletic Commission. Number 3, Zaloni Teed. Did I say that right? Zaloni,
I think Tay.
And our homie Oscar De La Hoya. So, announce the winner of the John Pascal Cheat of the Year. Let's look at these comments. Let's see what people are voting. Oh, we got first one said Ben. You know, let me see. Hold on. We're looking over Coco Vides. Listen, Coco Vides, that was like 2 years ago. You know what I mean? This is for 2022. That's why he's not on the list, because he's been keeping his nose clean. No pun intended. You know. I see another Connor Ben. We got a few Connor Bens. You know, pregnancy, exactly. The wet. You know what I mean? We got it's between Nebraska and Connor Ben. We got Connor Ben. We got a couple of we got a couple of Connor Bens. You know what I mean? This is Connor Ben. The words are gated. He's guilty. You know. All right. So the winner for this year's Jean Pascal Cheat of the Year goes to actually the Nebraska Athletic Commission. Now, it was kind of a tight one between Nebraska Athletic Commission and Connor Ben, you know, but the Nebraska Athletic Commission shouldn't even be listed at all. You know, for one, you're a governing body and you're supposed to protect athletes. And the fact that you could drop the ball like that to put somebody at risk because of some flimsy, never last gloves, shame on you. You know, with Connor Ben, hey, man, I'm pretty sure he's about to face his punishment. He'll be all right. But when an athletic commission can make those type of careless mistakes, an athlete can actually lose his life, you know? And so hopefully we won't see another athletic commission ever mentioned again in our future award shows. But definitely this was by far extremely careless on their end. Anybody else like to add to why we picked Nebraska Athletic Commission?
No, I think you summed it up perfectly. I'm just saying, Never Last could have been up here too.
But honestly, they had a good excuse. And like, hey,
but it's not their fault because you could have made them change the gloves. So
exactly.
But those, how you giving a champion those Fisher Price gloves? That's all I'm saying.
Fisher Price gloves. All right, so now, Ned, this is your excuse of the year.
All right, everyone, this is the Excuse of the Year award, and our nominees are Connor Ben, you know, he's slipping up in the wet. Eddie Hearn with the AJ versus Fury, you know how all of that fell apart. Frank Warren on Daniel Dubois. We had Dillian White with his excuse when he fought Jermaine Franklin. Anthony Joshua with his Usyk rant, and Jarrell Big Farmer Miller showing up to the fight in that size, yo, man. And sheesh, I don't know what.
I was going to add a little bit more context, Ned, for you. Yeah. Frank Warren claims when Daniel Dubois was fighting Lorena, he wasn't going down because he wanted to quit and he was hurt. Frank Warren said he was going down because his leg was injured and there was something wrong with his leg. And that's why Daniel Dubois kept going down against Lorena. So that is why Frank Warren's up there. Dillian White said he was sick and he was injured when he fought Jermaine Franklin in that close fight where many people believe that Jermaine Franklin pulled it off. Anthony Joshua is on the list for his Usyk rant because he said, oh, you don't throw combinations like Rocky Marciano. I'm not 16 stone. That's why. He said, I'm not 14 stone. I'm not 14 stone. That's why I don't throw punches like Common. So that's why he's on there for excuse of the year. And Jarrell Big Baby Miller is on there because his excuse for coming back looking as big as he did in his comeback fight was he was on a Chick-fil-A diet. And Connor Ben's up there strictly because G's making excuses for him and blamed it on the wet. Yeah. So go ahead.
Since G made the excuse, I want G to reveal our winner of this award. Go ahead, G.
Come on, son. Y'all already know. If it's you got to get strong. You got to, you know what I mean? You got to put in the wet, dog. You got to put in the wet, you know?
Wet got him set up.
Yo, listen, man. We all been there, man. Just come on, fellas. You go balls deep.
Come on, I get a disclaimer.
Now, listen. Yo, we all been there, fellas. Stop it. You know what I mean? So it just is what it is. Listen, I'm telling you, Connor Ben, listen to your boy G. That excuse, when you take it to any commission, they're gonna be like, you know what? I feel you, bro. You know, so nah, ain't no pause. I'm serious with this. You know what I mean? Yo, listen, I was about to go. If you saying pause, that means you have an experience. You have an experience.
You know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna tell you, Connor Ben. You take that to the commission. You're gonna walk in there facing allegations of cheating, right? You're gonna walk out with sexual harassment charges.
Hey man, listen, man, it's worth a shot, man. Listen, they trying to take your license to fight, bro. I'm just saying, you know, like, hey, you know, ain't his wife pregnant? His wife's pregnant now, right? So it worked. Oh, well, you better get your wife pregnant.
I think he got 2 kids though already.
Oh, he already got kids? You see? Hey, man. Hey, listen, man. Who am I to judge, man? All I'm saying is the wet will get you set up. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. You know? What is this?
Parachute G is left the building.
He monetized.
Y'all better not listen to G.
Listen to me, man. What do I know out here?
Just left the window.
See,
you know?
Parachute G.
Y'all ready for the next one? Kaden, this is you.
hey,
Most overrated performance of the year.
most overrated performance of the year. And the nominees are Daniel Dubois versus Trevor Bryan. I mean, come on now. People were acting like he really accomplished something beating Trevor Bryan in that High School Musical gym that Don King hosted that fight in. Deontay Wilder versus Robert Helenius. We all knew what was going to happen. So, I mean, let's not overdo it. Joshua Buatsi versus Craig Richards. Keith Once Upon a Time Thurman versus Mario Barrios. Derek Ward Chisora, his victory over Kubrat Pulev. That is overrated. I mean, my God, you would act like Chisora became undisputed. The way Chisora walked out, we'll get to that a little later. The way Chisora came out for that fight was just gassed up. And Terrence Crawford versus David Avanesian. Which fight do you think was the most overrated performance? Was it Crawford Avanesian, Wilder Helenius, Dubois Bryan, Buatsi Richards, Thurman Barrios, Chisora Pulev?
This is for Devin Haney, yo. This guy. Yeah, we got a couple. We got some Wilders. We got some Buatsis. We got a TC. We got TC again. We got another Wilder. We got Pulev was robbed. What? Yeah, we got Wilder Helenius.
All right. So without further ado, I'm going to give the award. This award was unanimous, I believe. I think we all agreed that Terrence Crawford's performance over David Avanesian was overrated because we all knew he was going to smoke Avanesian from the beginning. The most exciting thing was actually Nevada not knowing how to deal with a messed up glove situation. But besides that, that fight was everything we thought it was going to be, which was one-sided in a knockout.
All right. Now, next up, Trill, this is you. Robbery of the year.
Robbery of the year, Josh Taylor versus Jack Catterall, Dillian White versus Franklin, Ruiz versus Ortiz, Breeders versus Opatea, Mark Maceo versus Gary Russell Jr. If I messed up any names, I'm sorry. Robbery of the year.
Oh, shit, I just remembered. This one is actually going to be decided by the audience.
The audience.
Yeah, and the reason why is because
I was getting to that, G.
Oh, okay, my bad. You went through it so fast.
He's getting to that.
I was getting to that, G.
He's warming up.
You know what I'm
100,
saying? I was speeding through it so I could get to this. No, man, now I'm messing with you, G. No, we want you guys. We want you guys. Like my bro G was saying, we want you guys to pick on this one. We want y'all to say who was the robbery of the year, because we had our own opinions and we were deadlocked and we have our own opinions about robberies, right? Because we always say here, like, if it's a close fight, it's not a robbery. That's what we say here on Boxing Bros. But we want you guys. Out there to let us know, what do you think was the robbery of the year?
Yeah, and just to add, we were like, although these were nominated, we were like, are any of these really robberies? So that's why we could even come to a conclusion on which one to actually pick. So it was like, we're gonna leave it up to the fans.
Well, I see one that's getting a lot of traction right now.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know if Josh Till and Cattle Raw.
It was the first one on the list too, huh?
Yeah.
So I guess it's unanimous. It's a unanimous decision. You guys, the viewers, the Boxing Bros community, y'all all have picked robbery of the year goes to Josh Taylor versus Jack Catterall for robbery of the year.
Mm-hmm. And
It's
so
unanimous.
now
It's unanimous.
You see what Mac of the Man wrote?
My man,
that was robbery of the
year.
That is a robbery.
Oh, this is crazy. All right, so next up now is the pay-per-view flop of the year, and that's me. And so we got a couple now. So we got Ruiz, Andy Ruiz versus Ortiz, which was at like 65K. Crawford versus Avanesian, which is saying it sold less than 15,000. Thurman versus Barrios was around 40,000. We had Daniel Dubois versus Trevor Bryan in the high school gym. We don't know their numbers exactly, because they haven't released it, but it's obviously for good reason. And we have Ortiz versus Charles Martin, which is projected at less than 25K. And Regis Prograde versus William Cepeda at 20,000. And so before I announce the winner, let's see what people are suggesting. Oh yeah, that's true. I definitely got Rob paying for that Jake Paul pay-per-view. You know what I mean? But he
told you, G.
Hey man, listen. I just wanted to see my man the Spider show out. You know what I mean? But I got played.
This is not a wrestling match.
Yo, you know what's funny? I believe we actually discussed the Wilder Hellenius, which was like 75K. But we were like, that was a tune-up fight. So even we believe PBC didn't really anticipate that one being a high-selling fight because it was a tune-up, So Hellenius isn't really a big name, so it was like, but again, 75K is still a lot better than the rest of these on this list, just to throw it out there. We got Dubois versus Ortiz. Let me see, Ortiz again, Dubois versus Bryant as 6 people who bought it. That's crazy. Yeah, but let's just keep it real. The winner for this year's pay-per-view flop of the year goes to Daniel Dubois versus Trevor Bryan for obvious reasons. Shout out to Don King. He's still trying, but I think at this point, he need to hang it up. You know what I mean? Because, I feel like how far the mighty has fallen. You went from MGM and all the big spots to, local high school gym. Yeah, I mean, it was just unfortunate, man. It was just sad. But yeah, that's our winner. Shout out to you, Daniel Dubois and Trevor Bryan, man. Keep doing what y'all are doing. Hopefully next year you're not on this list again. All right. So now, next up, and I believe, this is you, Ned. Entrance walk of the year. Oh man. They're about to get excited.
All right. My interest walk of the year. Our nominees, we had some wonderful interest ring walks this year. A lot of them are pretty dope, and some were pretty inspirational. We first some of our nominees we got listed. We got Alicia Baumgartner.
Oh shoot! My bad, homie. We gotta add to go on there.
Yo, I ain't going front. His was fire.
We forgot to go. We added to go. Just go ahead. Just know we added to go on there.
Yeah. Just know, yeah. We got Canelo Alvarez. His ring walk was pretty dope. What was it? What was the fight? I'm forgetting the opponent, but yeah, he came out with the
G1, right?
Yeah, he came out with the guy.
Which one was the one? So that was the one, the final countdown. It was that one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Canelo's ring rocks never let you down. We got Derek Chisora versus Pulev. That was clean. I'm not gonna lie. How he came out with the all white, mashed up and everything, and it was smooth, and he, it was just pretty dope in the sprint show. We got Clarissa Shields with her like a little synchronization. They was all into it. Like that was fire. I ain't going. That was fire. And then we got Tyson Fury coming out to Biggie Smalls against Dillian White, which I also thought was dope. And audience, I want y'all to guess who you think won it. Who you think won it before I get to it? I ain't getting to it. So, interest walk of the year, winner for interest walk of the year.
You gotta give him a second.
I know, man. You gotta give people time
it
wasn't
loaded in, but our interest walk of the year winner. You got it, CB. My true love, Clarissa Shields. I like for me. Deontay Wilder came out in Mega Man suit and couldn't win. That suit was fire. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hate on suit. The suit was fire.
Bro, that wasn't even last year, bro.
That was like 2 years ago. I know, but I'm saying he came in, but she came in, did a dance routine and everything, and came in dog watch Savannah Marshalls. Like that was fire. I was like, yo, she on like that. Like you can waste all that energy on your ring walk and then get in ring and still go 10 rounds. I gotta give it to Clarissa.
Now listen, I'm gonna say this. I was outvoted. Tyson Fury to me had the best one. He ran to his food, bro. He said, "Smell like curry."
Boxing, bro. Irish boxing, bro. That's my guy. He's on one. He said fixed. He said this category was fixed.
Oh man, watch your mouth out of this boxing, bro. She deserves it. It's perfect. It's the best one of the year. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. I'll watch it again.
It was cool, but it ain't Tyson Fury running to his food though. I'm just saying.
No, I mean there was some good ring walks, but I think I like Tyson Fury running to the food too. That was nice. But I think Shields had a nice ring walk as well, like the dance and the atmosphere, the environment. I think like that was dope too. There was some good ring walks this year. Now we go into Hater of the Year. Hater of the Year. And our nominees for Hater of the Year: Uncle Bob Arum, Eddie Hearn. Now Bob Arum hates on practically everything that isn't involving top rank or a top rank fighter. So that's why we got Bob. G should have been on the list, but we can't give it to our own.
Can't nominate.
We can't. Hey, we can't give it.
He can't get 2 awards.
Yeah.
He already got the excuse.
We got a nomination for Ned though.
I don't know how Ned got nominated, but I know G could be up here. That's all I'm saying.
They got it for TV. Every time he talk TV, he ain't doing.
Yeah, so Bob Arum and Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn's the same way. Eddie Hearn is a hater, but Eddie Hearn's main number one reason why he's on this list is because he's trying to get the IBF to do a purse bid so that Herkovich is a mandatory challenger for Usyk and try to mess up Undisputed. So that's somehow 10 toes down. 10 toes down comes everything we do. Somehow 10 toes down gets it.
It's crazy.
Release the masters, man.
Yo, G, this is just proof that you can't deny the classics, G. You cannot deny the classics. 10 toes down is a classic, G. You just gotta admit it. So Eddie Hearn's on the list. Teddy Atlas is on the list for being a hater, but mainly a hater on like Anthony Joshua and a bunch of other people. So Teddy Atlas is on the list.
He called AJ overrated on his podcast and went in on it, you know.
Yeah. Ryan Garcia is on this list for hating on everything and everyone. And Oscar De La Hoya is also on this list for being a hater. And remember, Ryan really, when I say everything, Ryan hated on Canelo. He hated on Reynoso. He hated on Devin the Dream Haney. But anyways, we're getting back. Oscar De La Hoya is a hater too. So the winner of the Hater of the Year award, and it was close, but the Bob Father didn't do as much hating as he normally does. You know, he admits he's been smoking his reefer and it's been calming him down. So the Bob Father's been, you know, more relaxed lately. Eddie Hearn, as much hating as he's done, it's all good. He didn't win. Teddy's hating behind didn't win because Ryan Garcia is your winner, and Ryan Garcia wins Hater of the Year because it seemed like at one point he was hating so much he realized I gotta cancel my social media. So he even hated on himself. That's how much hating Ryan Garcia did this year.
All right. So next up, Trill, this is you. The Malik Scott Dive of the Year.
The Malik Scott Dive of the Year. Man, listen, this is a special award. We got 2 nominees, and one of them is Anderson Silva. And then there's the African fighter, Lorena.
You know? European African.
Hey, you can't say that. Cannot say that, okay? So listen, y'all are gonna jump. Y'all saying it correct right now. This is Lorena. You know, we got him for the Malik Scott Dive of the Year award. Shout outs to that young man.
He's a part-time dude. You see, I don't think I came up there.
Oh yeah, I see it now. Yeah. He not really.
I ain't listen. Hey, I was showing love. I didn't know that was wrong. I was showing love. I guess people took it the wrong way, but you know, I was showing love to that African brother.
Right.
Yeah, but he won. He won Dive of the Year. Come get your award.
So next up is the most likely to lose in 2023. All right, this list is stacked because we got a lot of undefeated fighters, you know. So the nominees are Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk, Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence Jr., Jamal Charlo, Katie Taylor, Clarissa Shields, George Joyce, Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Javonte Davis, and Ryan Garcia. So let's see what people voting out here in these streets. We got Devin Haney. This guy here, yo. This guy, come on. Rachel talking about Tyson Fury. Oh man, this dude, how he gonna send the same message twice? I was watching yo, this guy's different, man. You know what I mean?
Oh, we got Katie Taylor as a vote.
Taylor. All right. Oh man. Oh, now they just all came in at once. Fury gonna lose. Oh man, y'all. All right. We got Ryan. We got Def Not TC because he only fights bums.
Correct.
We got another Ryan. We got another Ryan. You You know what I mean? Oh, yo, this.
Oh, I forgot Coco Benavidez, cuz. We should have put him on there.
Who's he about to fight? Caleb Plant, right?
Caleb,
oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, he gonna beat him. You know what I mean? G.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Okay. All right. Well,
all G's predictions.
the hate is just out. This is crazy, man. Y'all, I forgive y'all, man. But the winner of hold on, I just lost my screen. Okay, so the winner of most likely to lose in 2023 goes to our homie Ryan Garcia. You know, and I don't know if
2 awards for Ryan.
Yeah,
Ryan. Go ahead, Ryan.
Well, she's a hater, and now he's most likely to lose. You know, so now
that comes with it. Sometimes that comes with it. Those go hand in hand. They go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying?
So you know, this was pretty controversial, I must say, because you know, I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, we should vote Usyk. You know what I mean? But my co-host.
Hold on, G. No.
About the window.
Keep it a buck. We had to go through this, and we had to agree on the L. G kept us for like a half hour arguing that Usyk is going to lose next. And he's so confident that Usyk's going to lose next, and he wanted Usyk to be most likely to lose in 2023. But we're saying if Ryan fights Javonte, we think that Javonte's going to beat him. So we think, and G's like, no, I'm telling you, it's Ukrainian soup. It's Usyk. So G, man, why don't you tell the people, man, tell them what you want to tell them. Go ahead, G.
Nah, I was just saying. Like,
I'm just saying.
It's looking like now. Walk with me. It's looking like Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk are definitely gonna fight, right? Ryan has a history of backing out of fights, so we don't even know if Ryan's gonna take a big fight like a Tank. You know what I mean? So it's looking like, but Tyson Fury and Usyk definitely about to happen. Now, there's a slight chance it may be a draw, but it's most likely somebody gonna lose. So I was like, man, who do I think is gonna lose that fight? Humbly, I'm like, Usyk out of here, you know. So that's why I was like, yo, let's just vote Usyk as most likely to lose because his chances of fighting Tyson Fury is strong. His chances of winning, not so much. You know what I mean? But I was like, you know, I could respect Ryan too, losing. You know, or winning this nomination, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying, when we're looking at opposition and who's most likely to fight, Usyk is looking like Usyk really wants that Tyson Fury work. But I don't know if he can handle it. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I was like, let's just vote Usyk. But I respect my co-host of like, even if, you know, that's more of a closer fight. So I was like, I could respect it, I guess. You know, I still think it's Ukrainian crab soup. But I respect it, so it is what it is.
Yo, G, the people want to know if you're a Russian agent, G.
You know what I mean? Oh man, please, man, you bring too much. Ryan is all going to.
He's saying that he agreed with you, man. He thinks that.
Oh, okay. All right. Salute. All right. Oh, Russian agent, Comrade G. Yeah, I'm about to use that, man. Oh man, you guys is crazy. It says take the damn mic off of G, please. Oh man, Usyk's too good for the Gypsy Queen. Yo, this is wow. All right, you know what I mean?
Oh, man, that's going too far.
New year, same G, same window. This is crazy.
The window's gonna get higher for G because this year there's some fights that should be covered up for G. It's not gonna be too good.
I'm telling y'all, man, y'all gonna listen. All y'all hate is cool. Just after these fights, all I want to hear is, yo, G, you got that. I'm like, yo, y'all are forgiven.
It ain't window G, it's rooftop G now.
Yeah, I'm telling you, G.
Rooftop G.
He really bad for you because look, G, you got Devin Lomachenko, you got Fury Usyk, And
Easy.
you got Benavidez Plant.
Easy. I'm telling you, all my picks are gonna win. Victorious.
Yeah,
Flawless victory.
don't forget
Flawless.
Wilder Ruiz. Wilder
Huh?
Ruiz.
Wilder
Ruiz.
Ruiz.
That should be happening in 2023.
I mean, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But those three picks right there, easy money. Watch our mouths. You know what I mean? So it's cool. It's cool. But next up, Ned, that's you, man. You upset of the year.
Upset of the year. Our nominees are Bavard versus Canelo. You know, Bavard was the bigger guy. You got the best of Canelo, but he ain't knock him out. We got Martina Love versus Steve Spark, where, you know, Martina got a little frustrated, threw him over the ropes and got disqualified. You got Maris Breeders versus Jai Opatai.
Opataya, I think.
Opatai.
Mhm.
And then Junior Far, Lucas Brown, and Lash, Alexander Usyk versus Anthony Joshua.
One. The first.
One.
You just stopped, Ned? Like, what's
No,
wrong?
my bad. My apologies. I was looking at the comment section to see if anything was coming in for me. You guys just go slow when I go. Come on, y'all. We need
Look, this guy here, man.
Please, people, help Ned out.
Ned,
What fight do you think was upset of the year? Start typing, please.
We got a few
Yeah.
AJ Usyks.
Yeah. All right, y'all really hating now. Yeah, it was AJ Usyk because that the winner of the award is AJ Usyk, and that was an upset I wasn't too fond of, but it happened. Shout out to Usyk for, you know, letting people know he's here. He's in the heavyweight division, and you know that.
Listen, let me explain why that was the biggest upset I've ever seen watching a fight. I had shout out to Stretch, you know, my friendly Nigerian. My man was so destroyed. He's in my crib making calls to his family in Nigeria, seeing if they're okay. And I'm like, yo, fam, it's not that serious, just a fight. He's like, yo, you don't understand. Then he's like yelling. He's mad emotional. He's blaming AJ for everything. And I'm like, damn, bro, you acting like the Nigerian stock market just crashed or something. You know, like, it was outrageous. Like, I'm telling you, like, this dude, AJ, I was like, yo, bro, he might be like the number one most hated guy at that moment. Like, literally his own people was like disowning him, you know? So, like, and I'm being, you know me, I remember back then, you know, I was talking greasy. I was like, AJ gonna body bag this dude. I was sadly mistaken. You know, hey, G makes mistakes too, you know.
Nah,
but
the man, it was the second time. G didn't get the first one right.
Yeah, I got the second time, you know, the second one. Come on. After I seen that first fight, I was like, there ain't no way AJ gonna beat this man. You know what I mean? So, but Tyson Fury, another story though. I'm just saying, just throwing it out there. But yeah, like, shout out to AJ, man. Like, he had a hard year. I'll say that, you know.
And let's not forget, G had to discontinue Ukrainian soup. I don't know why he put it back on the shelves, but he had to discontinue it.
Well, hey, listen. So what? You know what I mean? It's now back on the menu with a new recipe. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, have faith. Tyson Fury going to enjoy the Ukrainian crab soup. You know what I mean? I know that for a fact. So it's easy money. Makes a lot of mistakes. Okay, Mark, watch your mouth. You know what I mean? We were on the same page when you say this. But anyways, whatever. So now let's go to the poor Dillian Fighter of the Year award. And that's you, Caden.
So poor Dillian Fighter of the Year. This is the fighter who just couldn't really catch any breaks, man. It's just, you know, you just like, poor guy. You know, it was poor Dillian at one point with the whole 1,000 days and not getting his shot. But now we have other guys. Like, here are the nominees. Conor Benn. Poor Conor. Rolly Romero. Jerry Forrest. Adam Kalinowski. Daniel Dubois. Joseph Parker. Junior Farr. George Kambosos. Michaela Mayer. Robert Helenius. Maurice Hooker, and Javonte Davis. Now, just to give you a brief summary of some of these, Javonte Davis, for obvious reasons, we were talking about it earlier. Maurice Hooker, because he lost to Blair Cobbs. First of all, he lost to Blair Cobbs. So that's already, you understand what I'm saying? How you lose to Blair Cobbs? But he lost to Blair Cobbs, and he had lost someone very close to him. He entered that fight, and he just looked like he couldn't pull the trigger the entire time. So that's why it's him. Robert Helenius, because dang, you got knocked the F out. And listen, man, it was the least amount of punches thrown. And it looked like Wilder was trying to carry him. Wilder was circling the ring, dancing around the ring. We was almost ready to boo Wilder. And then, boom, it was over.
By accident. That was
Michaela Mayer. I know, right? Wilder didn't even try to land it on the chin, and still. Michaela Mayer. She's poor fight of the year because she took on the challenge. She dared to be great. Alicia Bumgarner talked that talk and she walked that walk. And Michaela Mayer wants a rematch, and Alicia Bumgarner saying, let me get undisputed and then we can talk. George Kambosos, because he pretended like he read the Art of War, but then we found out that he did it. So that's why George Kambosos up there. Junior Fall, because he got knocked the F out by Lucas Brown, although it may have been in the back of the head. So, but still, Junior Fall got knocked the F out. Joseph Parker, also now known as Cyclops, around the way after what happened to him. And Daniel Dubois, because the boy ain't got it, and we all saw it. It don't matter how much Frank Warren tried to spin it. We saw you ready to quit. You went down and you didn't even get punched. Poor Daniel. Adam Kalinowski, because not only did he get beat by Robert Helenius, he got beat by a tune-up. Like, this guy's sole purpose was to get tuned up, and he still gave Adam Kalinowski the business. Jerry Forrest, you had a great run. It's time to I feel like hang him up because it looks like it's over for you. Rolly Romero, poor fighter of the year, because Rolly was done wrong. Listen to me now. Rolly was done wrong. Had the fight not been postponed and Rolly would have been able to fight on the date they originally had the fight planned, Rolly would have had a better chance of winning that fight. But he got knocked out in possibly knockout of the year. So poor Rolly Romero, and poor Conor Ben, because you can't eat off every box. And I'm sorry. He's ingesting nutrients and all types of I don't know. Anyways, poor Conor Ben. So the winner of the poor Dillian Fighter of the Year award, who do you think it is, people?
Well, none of them guessed it. I know that.
Irish Boxer Bros want to give me what I was talking about was eating food, brother.
Leonard Smellerby.
All right, the winner is Adam Kalinowski. That's the winner of Poor Fighter of the Year. When you get knocked out by your tune-up, it's time to hang it up.
And it's over, like, because this was supposed to be a guaranteed victory for him.
Mm-hmm.
And he got smacked. And I remember in the ring, like, the ref is like talking to him, like, "Oh, sorry, you done." Like, waving it. He looked mad, sad, looked clueless. And I was like, yeah, Al's not calling him back for another fight. He's done. Like, his whole career was supposed to be established where they could get him in front of Wilder to get knocked out. And he allowed Helenius to cut him in line. And then in his bounce back fight, he gets violated again. They're like, yeah, this dude is just a gimmick. So it's all good, man. But R.I.P. Well, he ain't dead, but R.I.P. to Kalinowski's career. I know that for a fact. All right. So next up, we got comeback of the year. And Trill, that's you.
Hey, comeback of the year. Hey, listen. I like to consider myself like a boxing historian, right? And some people call me, you know, the Commissioner Trill Dollar Bill, aka Burt Sugar. See, I got on that. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to change the name of this award for this year. R.I.P. I would like to call this the Diego Corrales Award for comeback of the year.
That's a fact. Yeah, I like that.
You know? So I'm going to dub this the Diego Corrales Comeback of the Year Award. And the nominees for these awards is Daniel Dubois in his fight with the brother from Africa. And then we got Katie Taylor in her comeback versus Amanda Serrano's. Who y'all think got it out there?
Let me just edit real quick.
Well, you know, I'm seeing y'all. I can't have a cigar. They won't allow me. You know what I'm saying? Can't have a Trill cigar on here. You know what I'm saying? But listen, the winner of this year's Diego Corrales Comeback of the Year Award is my girl, Katie Taylor.
Katie Taylor.
Katie Taylor, come get your award, young lady.
And then, oh man,
it's only right that chef, it's only right that the chef hands out the award for food of the year. Now, chef, you've been working tirelessly, I heard. So I hear that you have some good dishes.
We got a lot of dishes. Y'all ready to hear the menu? You know. So nominees for food of the year. First up, we have Chris Colbert, and his dish is called Fruity Pebbles, you know, because his hairdos and everything. But he got smacked this year. Hey, he'll be all right. Now, we got Montana Love, the Dutch plate, you know. Shout out to my assistant chef over here. I believe it was, who said it? It was Caden, right?
That's me. I'm going to tell you why it's the Dutch plate. Montana Love is the Dutch plate because you would most likely have to pay half if you went out on a date with him. That's why Montana Love is the Dutch plate.
All right, we got number 3, Dillian White, the curry goat chin, you know. So Anthony Durrell, and you know, hey Durrell, you my mans. But the dish is dog food, you know, kibbles and bits. So, you know, salute to him. We got Daniel Dubois, a little Debbie, you know, and I believe that was Trill that came up with that one. Trill's not on here, but it's all good.
I'm here because you know he was sweet. You know what I'm saying? The boy is sweet. You know what I'm saying? I was giving my charge. I didn't want to die on you guys. You know?
All right. Then we got, you know, it's my homie Joseph Parker, aka New Zealand lamb chowder. You know what I mean? Then we got Derek Chisora. And so we labeled him as the Tanzanian buffet, you know, because everybody need to get a piece. We got Dennis Ugas. He's the Cuban.
Fury got third. Fury got third.
They had to come back in line. You know, Fury had to get his third plate. You know, we have Dennis Ugas. He's the Cuban pulled pork sandwich. And finally, we have my man Robert Hellenius. He's the roasted Valhalla boar meat. You know what I'm saying? And so let's see who's gonna win this. Isn't he from Zimbabwe? Oh, he's from Zimbabwe. Oh, hold on. Yo, let's verify that. Where's my man Chisora from?
It don't matter. He cook him. You can still make him Tanzanian style.
Yeah, you right. You know what I mean? If we had it wrong, man, hey, forgive us. It is what it is.
He was just the meat was imported from Zimbabwe.
Debbie does Dallas. What about Rolly, the Cubano? Damn, we forgot to add Rolly on there because that's what we labeled him before. Yeah. Oh well.
No, you called him a hot pocket, bro. A Cuban hot pocket.
And we forgot to go play.
Yeah. Hey, and to go. Man, yeah, we got a couple of people. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Now, hold on, let me just see what y'all
say. Who cares? Because they wasn't going to win. We know who's going to win. We got to go plate. He could be up there. To go, he's to go plate. And we got Javonte Rowley.
Yeah. So the winner goes to my boy, Joseph Parker, aka New Zealand lamb chowder. Let's give it up to my man JP. We probably never gonna see him in the ring again, but if we do, man, show him some love. His dish is obviously delicious. We just gotta ask Joe Joyce about it. You know
now listen. What G doesn't realize, and I don't know if they caught it, we actually got G to admit he doesn't like Joseph Parker.
Yeah, we
got G to admit that he didn't like Joseph Parker.
We y'all talking about what? You know what I'm saying?
We was putting this whole thing together.
I was like, yeah, it's all cool, G. I was like, yeah, because like Joseph Parker's your man. And you was like, I don't like Joseph Parker.
Hold on, listen. Respect to Joseph Parker. Respect. But yo, come on, fellas, man. This guy, I don't know, man. It's just weird about him. This dude's so talented. Joseph Parker has the size, the speed, the power, but it's just I don't think he has the heart for boxing. It's like I honestly think he just rather go into like Hollywood or something. Like, you know what I mean? That's the deciding factor for me. It's like, are you hungry for this sport? He's not really hungry for it. I think he had like the natural ability, but he doesn't have the drive, and that's what separates like Parker from like other guys, you know. Well, go ahead, Ned.
I beg to differ on that last fight against George Joyce. He put everything he had on the line. He fought with all his heart. George Joyce is a tank, man.
I give him credit for that last fight. Remember, I was like, shout out to Joseph Parker. He actually came to play, you know, but it just wasn't enough, you know. But
yo, G, can you
previous fights?
Huh? No, I was just gonna ask if you could put up Mac of the Man's comment real quick. He said, if G can't remember it, it didn't happen. Have you hung out with us before? I'm telling you, that comment's deeper than you know. That comment is deeper than you know. Go ahead, G.
Yo, he said it, not me. He said it, not me. I don't know. You know what I mean? So, hold on. Are you serious? Parker's fighting in 3 weeks?
Yeah, I told you that. Yeah. I told you that.
This is what y'all want to see, huh?
He's on the undercard. I can't remember what fight he's on the undercard to. But yeah, he's fighting again.
So they let the Toxic Crusader get in the ring again. That's wild, yo. This is Hey man, everyone has a friend like G. What y'all like, I promise y'all this. Y'all don't know nobody like me. I know that for a fact. I'm unique. Yeah, so y'all are crazy, man. But all right, let's go to the next one. So the realest in the game. And that is you, Ned.
All right, the Realest Award is going to our nominees for Realest of the Game, and they're nominated because they kept it real and they kept 100% when they were interviewed or asked questions. So, with first nominee Bob Arum, you know, he kept it real with us with a whole lot of things on what's going on Top Rank. Next is Robert Garcia, Andre Ward, another Top Rank. Derek Chisholm,
ESPN,
yep. Bill Haney and Adrian Broner. For my huh? What?
You all right?
I'm good. Audience, can you guess who was the realest in the game this year? Any of my co-hosts want to give reasons why these guys were nominated? Feel free to.
One person said my man Bob Coleon.
Yeah, Bob doing dirty out here, man.
Bob get it every year.
I know, right?
Bob get it every year.
Bob be like, where the hell are my hookers? Oh, my
Okay, y'all. Oh man,
players then having a stroke.
All right, and our winner is.
Win, yo. I'm like, yo, now you good? You know
No,
what I
I'm
mean?
good. I'm good. And our winner is Adrian Broner. For huh?
You gonna explain why?
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know why.
You just explain it. It's people who kept it real when they were asked questions or interviewed, right?
I don't know the
AB
interview.
kept it real all year. He kept it real why he left PBC and was signing with BOK Prime. He kept it real when he couldn't make weight. He kept it real about Javonte Davis and Devin Haney sparring sessions. Say, yeah, Javonte Davis cracked Devin, and I jumped in the ring, and Bill Haney said, get out that ring and let him fight. And when they kept fighting, he said Devin got off on Tank. He kept it a buck about the situation with Javonte and his lady. So AB's been keeping it real all year.
Ned's looking at some adult website.
Shout out to AB, man. He's been doing better. I see he's been focusing on boxing ever since he's been, focusing back on boxing and doing the right things. He's actually been saying a lot of positive things and, behind the scenes helping a lot of people and keeping it real, man. I like seeing this AB, and he's getting a new resurgence in his career, another chance to come out here and do something great. So shout outs to AB. Hopefully he can stay positive and keep the right people around him and keep this thing going. Because usually, I agree with you. Usually Broner in the past, he kept it too real. But it seems like he's cleaning up his act, and we like to applaud people who can make a change and clean up their act as well.
All right. So now, Trill, this is you. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's not. Who is it?
Kaden.
Oh, Kaden, this is you. My fault. Meltdown of the year.
Meltdown of the year. Now, boxing is a tough sport. You train for weeks, sometimes months on end, and for one night, and sometimes that doesn't go your way. Sometimes it doesn't go your way because you take an L. Sometimes it doesn't go your way because you fail a drug test. And then in that moment, you don't know how to deal with it, and you do things that may not be the best representation of yourself. So, meltdown of the year. We're going to start off with Conor Ben. Conor Ben's Twitter rant about him proving his innocence and that he didn't do anything and he was clean and everyone was going to owe him an apology. Next is Teofimo Lopez post-fight speech after the Sandor Martin fight, where he said that they need to get him a real opponent, someone who wasn't going to run around in the ring, and that he didn't have the right dance partner that night to look good. Next is Terrence Bud Crawford. When Terrence was reading off of them cue cards on social media, explaining what happened between him and Earl Spence, why that fight didn't take place. And then next is Anthony Joshua in his speech in the ring with Alexander Usyk, where he dropped these jewels. One, he is not 14 stone, so he is not going to throw combinations like Rocky Marciano. And two, he doesn't know what's going on in the Ukraine, but he knows that it's not nice. And that is what we learned from Anthony Joshua.
Bars.
From the meltdown. So who do you think had a meltdown of the year?
That was an iconic speech.
I think you all know.
Yeah, exactly.
It was uncharacteristic, but meltdown of the year goes to Anthony Joshua at the end of the Alexander Usyk fight. So
that's fact.
That goes to AJ.
All right. Now, Trill, this is you.
The
2022 bedwetter.
The bedwetter, Hey, listen, man, I was a bedwetter. I used to have the plastic under the sheets. But shout out to the bedwetter of the year. You know what I'm saying? We got nominees: George Kambosos versus Haney, 1 and 2. You got Savannah Marshall versus Carisha Seals. You got Montana Love versus Stevie Sparks. You got Daniel Du Bois versus Kevin Lorena. You got Rivera versus Martin. That's Frank Martin. You got Adam Kanowski versus his sparring partner. So yeah. For the bedwetter of the year, who wet the
Just
bed?
real quick, Bill. The reason why it's wet the bed and the bedwetter, it's because when they were placed on the big stage, when it was time for them to show and prove, they underperformed and they wet the bed. So that's why this is the bedwetters, and this is who wet the bed last year. So I go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, it's all good. So the person who dropped the ball, as we should say, other than wet the bed, it's the homie Montana Love versus Mr. Stevie Sparks. That's who is wet the bed.
Congratulations, Montana Love. You are bedwetter of the year.
You know what I'm saying? You embarrassed your dog. You know what I'm saying? Your dog done lost Instagram followers because of your loss. You know what I'm saying? So, so you gotta get focused, Montana Love. You gotta get focused. Too much swag, not enough skills.
And this is the last one, and this is me right here, and this is the Caught 'em Lacking Award. Right. Mm-hmm. So
say that
this is when hey, you just ain't as focused as you should be in the ring. You get caught, you get violated, you get done dirty. Because you wasn't prepared like how you supposed to be. Go ahead, Katie.
I want a motion to name this the Amir Khan Caught 'em Lacking Award. Amir Khan got caught lacking award.
He was sleeping and got caught lacking.
That was when, matter of fact, Katie, we was at your spot. We watched that fight, right? And I was like, I think he died when Pacquiao got caught by what's his name?
Marquez.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this dude, is he dead? I remember his wife was like cursing out Marquez. She was doing some like Filipino voodoo on him. I was like, damn, this is wild. You know what I mean? Like, salute to Pacquiao. But yeah, we're gonna definitely change this. Hold on, just give me a second. But yeah, did I read the nominations? Yeah, let me read.
Not yet. You about to.
All right, so we got Robert Helenius versus Adam Kanaki 2. We got Daniel Dubois versus Kevin Lorena. We got Deontay Wilder versus Robert Helenius. We got Caleb Plant versus Anthony Durrell. We got Maurice Hooker versus Blair Cobbs. And all right, I'm about to butcher these ladies' names. Please forgive me. Femke Hermains versus Maurice Spencer. You know what I mean? Maurice Spencer was the champion in Canada, and Femke Hermains, she was, I forgot what country in Europe, and she came over there and did Marie dirty, So, but those are our nominations for our Manny Pacquiao Caught 'em Lacking Award. So let's see which one y'all voted for. Hold on, let me see. Oh man, we got
Clarence.
we got the dog. We got Plant with the dog. He said the ref, save Con first Brooke, whatever. We got Darrell, aka Clarence, Blair the Flair. All right, but our 2022 Manny Pacquiao Caught 'em Lacking award winner goes to Caleb Plant versus Anthony Durrell. Anthony Durrell, hey man, it just is what it is. I didn't even see that punch coming, so we knew you didn't see it coming, and you got cracked in front of the world, in front of your fam, and Caleb Plant did it in enemy territory. Oh, go ahead, Kaden.
You're going to remember this. It's hilarious. So, G picked Anthony Durrell to beat Caleb Plant, and we all picked Caleb Plant. So we're sitting next to each other, right? And after every round, I go to G. I'm like, so you still confident? And G's like, yeah, 10 toes. You know what I'm saying? Right? And so TBE's looking at G, right? In the round before Caleb knocks out Anthony Durrell, G's talking like mad reckless, like, yeah, your boy running. You know what I'm saying?
Running.
Tell your man to stay still or whatever. So we didn't see it coming. But after it happened, Ned's looking at G like, and G's like, whatever, yo, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. So that to me too was a great experience after seeing my man Caleb Plant get that knockout.
Shout out to Caleb Plant. He's the big winner, man, with 3 awards tonight, man. Well, today with with 3 awards, you know, for 2000.
Oh snap! Yeah, that's crazy. He walked away with 3.
He walked away with 3 of the awards. Shout out to him, you know.
Yeah, man. But yeah,
he's gonna win another one this year after he beat Benavidez.
Okay.
After he beat Benavidez.
He might win Funeral of the Year award. Goes to Caleb. You know what I'm saying? So watch y'all mouths, man. Tell Caleb Plant be safe. Get on, wear his Nikes, you know. He gonna be running for real, you know. But yeah, that actually concludes our 2022 award show. You know, I ain't know y'all want to close out before we end the show.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for rocking with us, man, for the 2022 award show. You know, we appreciate y'all so much, man. You know, listen, this has been a wonderful year, and it's been an honor to rock with these brothers. And shout outs to G, the chef. Shout outs to the TBE that's in there. Shout outs to my brother Caden up there, holding it down, you know. And I'm the commissioner. $12 bill. And it's been a pleasure.
Watch your mouth, Corey.
You know what I'm saying? It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure kicking it with you, gentlemen and ladies. And please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. You know what it is. It's another year, baby. It's the Boxing Bros. You know?
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.